Hello, Eric Flight viewers. Eric Flight back. Second day in a row. Thanks to the holiday and also me finding things that I needed for tomorrow. Still got stuff I gotta do for tomorrow. School day, but after this week, I should be pretty much all set. Excuse me while I clear something from my teeth because I was just scarfing down lunch. Right back. Alright, we're back. And we are at Thunder Bay, Ontario. I've been saying it that way the whole time. And this is the sim add-on scenery. It's actually pretty good. What is this thing, though? It's like there's a wing sticking through that building, or that hangar there. Don't quite know what's going on. Oh! Because it's supposed to be in there. But, excuse me. Here we are with 9 Record Foxtrot. We're going to do a longer flight today. I'm going to go all the way to Watertown International Airport, which has a live camera. This is them live right now, boarding passengers on American Eagle. Live at Watertown, New York. We're going to be back in the United States after this, so that's going to be pretty cool. But much like they're boarding up, we are boarding up here at Thunder Bay. Pretty cool. There was some traffic there earlier, but excuse me, but they seem to have departed for a while ago. Alright, it's just a straight shot basically to Watertown. That's the goal here. And the weather is pretty good. So, we'll be in the United States, then we'll leave it again. Going to be traversing north of Toronto. And then on to our destination. I'm also watching DigiDriver designing scenery on his stream on my phone. So if I look over there occasionally, it's because I'm trying to be supporting him with the Plymouth scenery, too. I want to thank Hawker125, who's also watching that stream, for following me on Twitch. Anyways, without further ado, let's get things going here. And get the checklist out. Here we go. Checklist, Cirrus SR22. Allergies still bugging me, but we'll get through them. Okay, pretend the pre-flight's done. Emergency equipment's on board. Passengers are briefed. Seat belts and harnesses adjusted, secured. External power not needed. Brakes are held. They are now. Battery master switch is on. Turn those ridiculous lights off. There we go. There we go. Strobes going on. Right there. Sorry. And then mixture full rich. Throttle full forward, prime then boost. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 to boost. Clear the prop. And go to 1/4. We'll clear prop just as we're about to start it. So here we go. Clear prop. Clear prop. Good to go. Back to 1,000. Thank you. Oil pressure is in the green. Alternating master switch is on. And also avionics switch on. Alright, we're just going direct to Kilo Alpha Romeo Tango. And again, this is a, not a continuation of, but a jumping off from our earlier Star Trek pilgrimage flights here. We have been traversing Canada from Vulcan, Alberta, on like what would be the return trip back home to Plymouth, Massachusetts. So we're gonna get a lot of it done today, and I think there's gonna be one more flight left. So, but we're planning on going to Watertown, New York. If something happens time-wise, I will put this down elsewhere. But I think we're gonna be fine. All right. I already asked my kid and everything. Like, it's gonna be about to this time. You're gonna be okay. Yep. Okay. Engine parameters all in green. External power good, and we checked. Alright, now I believe this is a towered airport, and we can look at flight plan go. Airports, Thunder Bay. Frequencies. 128.8 is the ATIS, so let's do that in column 2. If I could ever move stuff out of the way so I could actually see things. Turn on column 2 as well. So give me a second here. Oh, hey, what's up, Jeff? What do you mean screwed up? I don't get what you mean by screwed up, but I don't really get a lot of subscriptions. Write this down. Need a pen. Should have got a pen. Forgot that. My tablet isn't like this.
Altimeter tree 0.03. ILS runway 07 in use.
07 still.
Departing runway 07. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Mike.
Mike again. Okay, what is it?
Thunder Bay Airport information.
Excuse me.
Wind 074 at 8. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition clear. Temperature 19er. 2.10. Altimeter tree 0.03. ILS runway 07.
3003.
Landing and departing runway 07. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions.
Well, if it's your own channel, it takes it like you're a subscriber automatically. Does that make sense? So, like, I'm like a 30-something month subscriber on my channel, but that's so that you receive all those things. So, oh, my channel. Well, thanks for being a subscriber, even though you said, hey, go with it. Go with it. That's all that matters. Over to guard. Thank you for tuning in.
You're on guard with
0748, going runway 7. Alright, we gotta get the VAT sim. I didn't connect yet, so let me do that. And it's gotta run through its little checking of aircraft and everything. Or maybe not. Nope, it's doing something. Come on, let's go, V-Pilot. Probably, oh yeah, it's searching on the aircraft again. Alright. Well, anyways, we're on the ground here. We're ready to go. Except for V-Pilot. Again, sorry about the allergies. Alright, we're going from Charlie Yankee Quebec Tango to KART. KART. Or Kayla Alpha Romeo Tango. Should take us about 3.5 hours. I'm going to say 3 hours 45 minutes. Cover myself. 5,500 should be good, I think. Should have really planned this out ahead of time. Yeah, 5,500 should be just fine. And it's going to be a longer flight today, unless I put it down early. But that's not the plan. I always get nervous, because on these longer flights, like, does the family need me or not? I think we're okay, because my wife's taking my little girl into a movie, and I already talked to my son. He said, okay. So, hoping we're good. Alright, if you hear anything in the background, that's Digi Driver. He's working on my hometown airport, my home base airport, I should say, of Plymouth, Massachusetts. So, ground is 121.9, so let's do that. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's just see if there's anyone in VAT Sim, because I'm not being smart. Okay, VAT Sim, Cleveland, Chicago is not going to cut it. So, no one is in our area for air traffic control. We're right there, and we're going to be flying to KART. So we will switch over for Watertown, which I think is over here somewhere. I could be wrong on that. Oh, it's on the tip there, Lake Ontario. So actually, it's more over here. There it is. So either way, we'll keep an eye out for air traffic control, but looks like we're on our own. Alright, let's go back to our checklist. For taxiing, radio avionics. So we are 122.8 for VAT Sim Unicom. And transponder to alt. God, my allergies are terrible. I'm so sorry. Good there. Alright, change this to CDI. CDI to GPS, I mean. And should be good. Let's look at our chart here. That's where we are. And we're going to runway 7, so we're probably going to taxi down Alpha Delta to 7. So we'll call that on the VAT Sim Unicom. Alright. Thunder Bay traffic, Cirrus Atlantic Foxtrot taxiing out of General Aviation parking down Alpha Delta to runway 07. Thunder Bay. Okay, parking brake off. It is. Alright, here we go. Start our flight today. Don't hit the man on the side. Oh no. My timers are all messed up. It keeps like setting out mass chat, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm trying. Look at it, they're cutting the grass still, even after yesterday's flight over here. I'm gonna pretend this little van's not there. And we're gonna do our thing here. Turning left onto Alpha. It's a tight turn. And pretend this little fuel vehicle's not there. We're just gonna go right through it. Man, they gotta get that better. And again, this is from Sim Add-ons. Pretty good Canadian scenery. Not bad at all. I found out that little orange thing or whatever there, that's like a government like free airlift for hospitals and stuff, for patients. So good for them. We're gonna do a run up down here. Make this thing happen. That thing about taxiway E northeast of taxiway D is non-controlled. Non-controlled. Alright, here's Delta. We're gonna try to turn into the wind a little bit here. There we go. Do a little run up here, back to the checklist. Oh, wrong one. Got 2 electronic flight bags ready to go. Before takeoff, caps handle, remove, seatbelt, seat harness secured, doors latched, brakes held, flight controls free and correct. They are. Trim set for takeoff, can never tell, but it's supposed to be this thing. It doesn't move though when you do the trim. Autopilot disconnected. It is. Flaps 50%. And we'll check visually. Looking good. Lights yellow. Flight and engine instruments check. All green. Looking good. Just sight altimeter. Check. It's about 650-ish. Yep. Fuel quantity confirmed. Left. We're going to keep burning left. Propeller check. We're going to increase the RPMs to 2,000. You feel the detent in real life, but you won't the sim. And that's the control pitch prop all in one unit there that you're testing. Now we're going to go on to 1,700. Ish. Alright, gotta check the magnetos. Right. Back to both. Left. Back to both. And avionics are on. Pitot heat on. And off. We don't need it right now. Avionics are on. Nav lights are going on. Landing light, be on. Voltage check, doing very well there. And did the magnetos already. Transponder is to alt. It is. Now radio set for takeoff. Pitot heat as required. Alright, we are going to do the briefing as we pull up here. So, there's a problem on the takeoff full mechanical emergency otherwise, and there's enough available runway ahead of us. We will abort, take off, and land directly ahead on the runway. If we are under, let's say 1,400 feet, there's a problem, mechanical emergency or otherwise, we'll land directly. Have no more than 30-degree turns. Best glide speed in this is 88. Yep. And if we're above 1,400 feet, there's a problem, mechanical emergency or otherwise, we will take a turn to, I'm going to say the right, land downwind on the taxiway, the grass, the runway, whatever's available to us. Best glide speed's 88. We rotate at 70. We track flaps at 80 and climb at 101. Has everyone got that? Good. So, without further ado, Allison's going to give you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison and I'm your chief flight attendant. On behalf of the Eric flight crew, welcome aboard. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is correctly fastened. We will be departing shortly.
Thunder Bay traffic, Cirrus 9 Echo Foxtrot. Back taxi slightly for runway 07 departure, Thunder Bay. Alright. Maximum amount of runway. It gives you more time to do your job if you have to abort. So, that's why we're going to do this. Best practice. The wind's coming right down the runway, so we should be pretty good there. Now, see, ordinarily people would be like, I don't need this extra runway, but it's a good practice to use whatever you can. Because, again, if you have a problem with takeoff, you'll have more of a chance of landing on the runway, not having to go around or do the impossible turn, as some people call it. By the way, if you want to join us, we're on the Microsoft Flight Simulator East server. Feel free to join us. It's all up to you. Or you can also join on VATSIM. And get in the middle. Okay, heels on the floor. Look pretty good. Throttling up. And release. Here we go. We're gonna take off direct out, so that way we can just join up on the flight plan here. And rotate already. Look at that. Look how much runway we'd have because we did that. We want to be about 12 degrees or so. Track the flaps. And that should climb to about 101. A little trim up there. We are good. Goodbye, Thunder Bay. It was nice seeing you. Honestly, this is a pretty nice area. Can't fly in the screen. There is a little bit of mist all around as we are heading towards Lake Superior right ahead. Very good. Very good. A little windy. Okay, we're pretty good. Clear on the right. We're going to take a turn to the right onto our course here. So here we go. I'm making my own bass lines. All right. Well, good. Let's turn auto on so we can have some fun here. Heading until now. That's Thunder Bay for you, everybody. Right over there. Never did set 5,500. That might be a good thing, huh? Just a thought. Might hope to do that down on the ground, but we're good. Clean up the mixture here. Try to get maximum power. We had a Memorial Day celebration, or I shouldn't say celebration, Memorial Day observance in my town where I teach. I had a student play taps there. I was very proud of him this morning. And ever since then, I've just been on the go, trying to relax the rest of the day. So I got to do budget tonight. Doesn't that sound like fun? Right by all the stuff and hope it goes through. That's Thunder Foxtrot leaving Thunder Bay, everybody. be over Lake Superior for a while. We do have some boats. We got boats, yo. Look at that. Really scenic up here. But we'll be back in the United States by the end of this flight, so. And we're almost at cruising altitude already, so. I also got to see some old students. One of them's actually at Embry-Riddle still. She's getting her private pilot still there. But it was nice to run into some old students. Another one who's an electrician. Seems to do pretty good, doing pretty well for himself. So, got to see some of my little young elementary band kids at the same time. It was a good time. So, and yeah. All right, let's take a look at the electronic flight bag. Get the map going on here. So that's us right there. And we are going to start going over Lake Superior. We're going to avoid that little alert area, as you can see. I'm going to be going over Thunder Cape up, doing that GPS back and forth thing, so just go with it. It does that with the Flight Plan Go plugin. I don't know why, but it does. It like reads the other GPS, the real one in my tablet, and then it connects to the Flight Plan Go plugin, if you will. But hopefully that will solve it. I don't know why it does that. It just does. So on our left over there, try to keep it on that side of the screen. Left side of the screen, you're seeing the Sleeping Giant Provincial Park, Mary Louise Lake over there. What's up, Nick? How's it going? And on our right, we have Pie Island. That's what you're seeing right there, Pie Island. I like that they got these little cliffs here. It's quite interesting. Pie Island, everybody. Take a look at it. What's up, Hawker? 125. Thanks for following again. I got DigiStream on my phone while we fly today. But we're flying over Lake Superior on our way to Watertown, New York. And I got everything done right finally. Yay. Alright, take the tablet off. And we're going to be seeing a lot of water for a while. So, hope you brought your personal flotation device. I've been buying these. I know I'm not on stream right now, but I've been buying these. See this? This is so my friends and I can go to Nantucket. This is the bad one, though. I got this for free eventually because they sent the wrong one. So, but, yeah. So, you'd be wearing this right now. This is what we kind of wear, at least when I fly. And what it does is it has a pull tab on it. See that? It has a CO2 cartridge, which will fill this up in no time. And then it has a tube that you can blow into if that fails. So this is what we wear for real, but we'll chance it on stream, shall we? So I had to check to make sure the CO2 tube was actually valid. See that? Because I buy these used on eBay. And then I just make sure that they're good to go. So, but I have another one coming in that's better. And that one still cost me money. This one came free because I was like, you didn't send me the right one. That's a personal flotation device. So if you travel over water, I do recommend you get one if you're long distance over water like we're doing today. I had to test that one out, even though we're not going to use it. Because it has the little dissolvable pill, so if you go in the water, it just psh. Yeah, I got 3 of them. 1 for me and 2 for my friends, both passengers. So Nick, if we ever fly together over long distance over water, like I did Montauk one time, I wore that. It actually works pretty good with the harnesses and stuff too. So, but buying them on eBay, you have to know what you're doing. But most people don't use them, and then you just double check all the components and it's fine. You do if it's over 50 miles. However, Nantucket from Plymouth is 49. So legally, I don't need one, but it's smart to have one, you know. As well as planning higher altitudes. That's why we're not going at 3,500 here. Have more glide time at 5,500. And in real life, I might even go 7,500 if I did this. So, open water would be like no land around to land at. Now, my definition of open water is there might be land like this. It can. It depends on your route. If you're over total water without any land, it's again a matter of safety. But this for me would be open water, even though I have like over there to land or over there to land, because you have to be at a high enough altitude to glide there in case the engine quits. So I just consider it open water still. If I'm going 50 nautical miles over very sparsely provided land, I just consider it open water. But open water should be like just water, no land. Yeah, I'd say outside of gliding distance. I'd say so. But again, I wouldn't count on that either. So just thought I'd inform everyone what we do in the real world to be safe. This flight's gonna take a while. It says 3 hours 15 minutes. It's gonna be like 3.5 hours. So buckle up and hang in there. But seeing that I have day off thanks to the brave men and women who sacrificed their life for us, I want to use this time to do this. So they are vague, but you know what? It all comes down again to decisions, right? So even though legally Nantucket is 49 nautical miles away from Plymouth, it's a lot of flying over water. So I'll be making my passengers wear those, and they already know that. So I also think they appreciate that fact that I am making sure they have those. Better safe than sorry, you know. They're pretty cool though. They come with like whistles, and you can buy strobe lights for them. But I'm not that advanced right now because I don't fly over water a lot to do that. I mean, if I'm hopping the Martha's Vineyard, there's land there to land at, so I don't wear one to Martha's Vineyard. But Montauk, we're going to Long Island Sound for a while, and there's Block Island, and that's it. You know, I used one then. Better safe than sorry. All right. Well, listen. This is how much distance we got to cover. Lake Superior, the biggest Great Lake. We got to go right over it. And that's why it's going to take a while. There's not much there. And believe it or not, we are in the United States almost. We actually might be there. We're going to cross into the United States for a while. And then halfway through, we're going to cross back into Canada. So. And looking at Volanta, you get an idea of where we are. There's Thunder Bay. We go straight across, all the way down, past Toronto, and should be right over here, Watertown. So it's gonna take a while, but after that, should be one more flight and we're good. We're back home from the Star Trek pilgrimage flights in the Cirrus. This Isle Royale is what's in front of us. That is the United States territory, or part of Michigan, if you will. Should probably also lower the percentage part. I'm going to go at 80. I want to try to make this thing a little faster. So I'm going to go at 80%. I'm not going to worry about fuel as much. And we're going to change over to the right. We're on boost and to the right. Burning what? 18 gallons per hour. As long as we're good here. We're not maneuvering speed, but it's not really that bad on winds today. Man, my allergies are going nuts today. Oh. Isle Royale. That's what you're seeing out the right window there. pretty good scenery. Yeah, it looked good on Sky Vector. But I think the weather this whole weekend's been pretty good, especially in the Northeast. We have more boats, everybody. They're everywhere. Look at that. That might be part of the add-on. There's I think it might be South Oak again. Company. They made like a Great Lakes boat add-on to get more ships in the water. It's pretty cool. Believe it or not, we are in this state of Michigan right now. And I'll be crossing back over to Ontario over there, but this is going to be a lot of water right now. Looking at my streaming laptop. What's this? Oh, it's my chair. It didn't hide my chair? What's up with this? There we go. Alright. It's a virtual green screen, so it only covers so much. And I just noticed that my little stage lights aren't on. Let's turn those on. That's why I'm not looking as good. My Alexa's been messing up lately. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's see. There we go. Looks a little bit better now. Thanks. Alright, we'll update on where we are here. We're right out of Isle Royale, or Royal Island as we might call it. And going right over Lake Superior. The next land we might see would be Mishi Picotin 1. Mishi Picotin Island. Okay. We should land somewhere on the side of Ontario, right near Batchewana Bay. And what's this big city there? Sault Ste. Marie. This is Quebec, I think, though. So actually, it might be in Quebec by the time. No, it's Ontario. No, that would be Ontario. I'm sorry. Then eventually Toronto's down there, so our flight path should take us north of Toronto and then to the United States. Enjoy the water scenes. Just saying. Quite a sun there, huh? Oh my god. A lot of water. It's gonna be a while. Anthony Wickett back again with the duck butts. Very nice. Very nice. I just saw them now. How are you, sir? The duck butts. And if you're in the Boston area, Nick knows this. The duck boats, the duck butts. No ads. Well, thank you for your support. Looks like Digi just did the call box for Plymouth scenery there. Looks pretty good. Gave him a bunch of pictures to do that. Cool. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad he's doing that. So. He says that an alpha build might come out soon, and what we might do is we might review it on stream, or we might do it off stream based on his wishes. But I'll be double checking it for accuracy and stuff like that, and how it feels. See, I fly out of Plymouth Municipal for real. But it's going to be the first time I think that Plymouth's really had a highly detailed scenery. They had, the only one I can remember is Orb X, with their North American Airports pack for FSX having that. So but we're trying to push this thing. Let's go 85%. Let's see if we get 85. Also, I should probably lean out the mixture a little bit more. Just make sure we got maximum power. No, 86 is what we get. Okay. 85. We're pushing the Cirrus a little bit today. Try to get there a little faster. Should be there in about 3 hours. Lake Superior. It is superior, but it's just a lot of water. I'm sorry if there's not much exciting stuff going on, but you can see we're getting over it. See if we can still see Thunder Bay from here. I doubt it. But no, not really. It's back there. Digi's raiding the stream. But I was just watching, so I'm actually one of the raiders for my own channel. How's that? Well, thank you, Digi. We are currently over Lake Superior, and lots of water. That's it. There's just lots of water. But you see right on the map there, we're not even halfway through it yet. But thank you, my friend, for raiding. It automatically gives you a shout out. Appreciate it. And you get your sound. Nice. I'm waiting for the other sound as soon as you're ready, because you always do it anyways. But we are monitoring that.
You're on guard with KPYM.
There you go. Nice job, Digi. Nice. Very nice.
Number 1, make it so.
I guess you're the number 1 making it so. Oh, I was watching your stream on my phone in the little window that it allows when you minimize it. So it looks pretty good there. Looks like we're making progress. Or I should say you're making progress. All right. So sorry if this is not exciting, but we're doing a return trip from my Star Trek pilgrimage flights. And we went out to Vulcan, Alberta. That's where we ended those flights. And then I just decided, hey, we're going to fly home from Vulcan, Alberta. So we've been flying Canada for a while. We're going to end up in the United States today in Watertown, New York. But we got to fly from Thunder Bay, Ontario. So you just got the beginning of the flight. We're going to be there in about 3 hours. And there's just lots of water over Lake Superior. That's where we are right now. That's the long and the short of it. So. We got a 737 up there. And we are in the United States, but we're going to head back into Canada in a second here as we cross over. Not very windy. 8 knots from 195, so got a slight headwind, but not that bad at all. And I am pushing it to 85%, so we're just going to let it cook the engine a little bit as we try to get there as fast as possible. Save a little bit of time. Gas is free in the simulator, so it's okay. Should probably have the air conditioning on. That would be good. Let's do that. God, is anyone else's allergies like terrible lately? There's some chemtrail there. So pretty good. Yeah, they're terrible, man. I'll probably cut the yard again this week. It'll get even worse. So, so I apologize for the coughing. Or the excessive clearing of the throat. It's not my fault. Ah, Lake Superior. I knew this was going to be a little bit non-scenic at first, but it's not that bad, right? Seeing the lake. Let there be more boats. Gonna need a bigger boat. And if anything, I cached a lot of the Google Maps imagery for Canada while flying these flights. So. Coming up on almost 400 gigs of cached scenery. It's amazing how much water is in Lake Superior. Off our right is Michigan. And that would be, that'd be Copper Harbor. Copper Harbor. Can't say without my New England accent. Out there in the distance. It has a little island at the point there. Probably that thing. That's Manitou Island. But that's what you're seeing. Well, I would estimate about another up to half hour over Lake Superior. So I'm sorry if it's not the most exciting thing, but here's a hula girl. Here, have a hula girl. Maybe that will spice up the flight. I don't know. It's not Hawaii, but it sure feels like it over Lake Superior. We're over Lake Superior. Oh boy. Excuse my excessive consumption of iced tea in this big gallon jug. Didn't have time. Had to try to book this one. I'm 3 hours away from Watertown International. Now, according to what I was reading, for customs, we would go to the FBO, but we'd call 2 hours out. So they could probably send someone there to check us in to the country for customs. Oh, there you go. Fantras are good. Oh my god, my eyes are sticky. It's terrible today. Should probably just run the air conditioner, but you know how that goes. You don't want to spend the money for it. Oh. Something just fell. Oh well. They have that one that you could buy. Did they have the regular replay system already? Did they already incorporate it? Is it in developer mode or something? Because I have this one, excuse me. Flight control replay. Where you can record the whole flight and stuff, but I don't know. I have to get used to it more before I start using it. I did use it on stream once though. Oh, I see. Well, I'm not going to mess with that until I work with it. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Got a reflection. I love the reflections on the windows. Again, we are in the middle of Lake Superior. Not the most exciting part of this flight, but it's doable. I'm going to have to check that out then. Doesn't look like it's going very fast over the water, does it? But we are at 181 knots for ground speed, so we're getting there as fast as possible. We had a nice tailwind, just saying. Probably got to like 200. Hello, Michigan. Excuse me. It had some new rotating banners there, so I wanted to see what they look like. They look pretty good. Jeff, I'm kind of jealous at your Hawaiian shirt there for the FS Expo. That's going to be pretty regal if you get it in time. You should send us pictures. But I already worked on the flight plan for the Wild West Part 2 flight for the Rich USA Flying Club. And I will be reusing something. You know what I'm going to be reusing. And if you don't remember, let me show you. We'll be reusing this wonderful graphic right here. Well, let me show you the original first. So we had Young Guns, but then we have us. That's it. That's it. That's all of us. That's awesome. So we'll be reusing that graphic one more time. So, oh, cool. All right, awesome. Take pictures, unless you want to unveil at FS Expo only. Then take pictures. But that will be us. June 17th, I think it is. We're going to have Wild West Flight Part 2. It's like our sequel. And I have to post that up there when, probably in a week or so. So, good times. I learned a lot about... I should say, on that graphic there, I learned a lot about really good photoshopping on that. So, you look very good in the clown makeup, by the way. It really fits in with the Lou Diamond Phillips character. I don't know, but I kind of like your Twitch picture, too. We'll have to see. Alright, we're almost halfway there. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, oh, flying over Lake Superior. So. You are a talking mime. Is there such a thing as a talking mime? I don't know. A talking mime. Well, it looked good. It fit in there. Looks like you're in the spirit world. I'm not saying you're on peyote or anything like that. I'm just saying you look like you're in the spirit world with that. That was just a lucky one. That was a lucky inspiration. Oh, okay. That makes sense then. Okay. That makes total sense. How are we doing on fuel? Yeah, look at decent. Looks like we got more right than left, so we're going to switch over to left. We're on boost and going to left. And 5-year-old on board. I believe she's going to her movie. You're not going yet? Oh. Not till 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. All right, I thought you said tree. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Anyways. Going to the Little Mermaid today, right? You gonna tell me how it went? Where'd you find that? It's a button. I'd rather you not stick it near your face, though. Okay? Yeah, don't be doing that. It's gonna enter your eye. And you go like, ah, my eye, and then you're gonna be looking like a pirate. You can make arg. All right, I'm gonna keep flying now. Okay? Huh? Yeah, you could stay. You might be bored out of your mind. We're a little bit bored right now as we go over Lake Superior here. All it is water. It's a big lake. Look at that. You don't care? Okay, you can hang. Okay, do you want me to clear this off so you have some place to sit? You want to stand? Okay. Well, then you understand that you're going to be standing. Okay. All right. So the 5-year-old's gonna join us for a while, everybody. I'm sorry, did I get you? I didn't mean to get you. You okay? Is your toe still attached to your foot? Oh, okay, good. Just checking. Lake Superior, everybody. This is like European vacation with Chevy Chase. We go, hey kids, Big Ben, Parliament, Lake Superior. So, it is what it is.
This is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy.
Wow. For what? For what button? Oh, that button? Yeah, I'm not paying $100 million for that button. Sorry. Not gonna happen. I'd rather buy 2 Cirruses. Actually, I'd probably buy 1, right? 1 Cirrus for $1 million. Oh. Well, then you could buy like 100 Cirruses. Seriously. Seriously. Got some traffic up there. See, she already got bored. I knew it was gonna happen. All right, dear. I like FSLTL because they put in the contrails and everything. It's really, really cool. We're not seeing land yet, but we're getting there. All right, Digi. You didn't miss much. The 5-year-old came on board, tried to sell me a button for $1 million. To which I said, we could probably buy a Cirrus for that. But welcome back. And then I pulled the seriously thing. Oh, we're doing okay. We're halfway through Lake Superior. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it looked like a normal button to me. But then she got bored, like I said she would. That's right, seriously. Yep. That, I think I told you this last stream. Someone actually bought one of those off the Etsy store. I was quite proud. And it went to this woman in Atlanta, the Atlanta area. So I'm wondering if they actually owned a Cirrus. Yeah. So we gotta keep making shirts. Got tons of ideas, just need time to do it. But if I get through this week with school, pretty much golden. We did the Memorial Day TAPS performance this morning, so I went and supported my student in that one. And now it's just get the budget in and my evaluation materials. For teachers, we actually have to prove we do our job. There's like all these official forms that we filled out with, oh, I did that because of this. We have to show them evidence for everything. So it's not just, hey, we saw you do this and you did a great job and this is what you can prove. It's like we have to prove we do our job. So I have to sit there for hours inputting all this stuff that I've done all year long to prove that I've done my job. So it's going to be fun. That's due by Thursday. I think I do my budget tonight. So... But that's why I'm flying. See, it's relaxing, calm, and peaceful before I have to do all that. I think I'm starting to see land, everybody. That is land. Look at that. What is that, though? That's Ontario. And it is the Pukasqua National Park. Pukasqua. Well, they can't fire you right away. What they'll do is they'll write you up and say that what your performance is not where it should be, and then they'll give you a plan to follow, and they'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And if you don't do that, then you can get fired. But I don't plan on even getting to that level because I never have. So it's just a matter of saying I did my job. So again, I'm licensed as a principal, so I kind of know what they're looking for because I've been trained in that too. But yeah, that's how we do it here in Massachusetts. Connecticut is just as bad. And I think Rhode Island is kind of the same, too. I think the Northeast schools are kind of like that. I don't know what they do in the South or anything like that. So, that contrail. This is what I like looking at when I get bored. That's just cool. It's like plane watching, but on the sim. And then, it's supposed to be following flight radar. So sometimes, flight radar 24 that is. So sometimes you can look at it and figure out what flight that is. Let's see. It's kind of off to my left a little bit, but if you look at Flight Radar 24, I would guess that it's one of these. So it could be that one, Air Canada, but it's heading the opposite direction, so maybe this one. Flair Airlines. I don't know. Could also be delayed, so we never know. Well, either way, FSLTL inputs traffic, supposedly from Flight Radar 24, and that's what we're seeing there. Unless it's someone in the Microsoft Flight Simulator East server, but I don't think so, because I'd probably see that there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You kind of look out the window and do all that. Yeah. But hopefully next summer, we kind of nixed the Disney trip for this summer too, because we need to save some money. So, but we are going on some wonderful day trips. We're going to Fenway Park in a couple weeks, and then we're going to Kimball Farm, which is a nice little area for the kids and stuff. They have ice cream and stuff. Exactly. Yeah. Well, again, if you have Flight Radar 24, it's better in the real world because it's kind of like it's for real, whereas this you kind of have to kind of guess because sometimes it's delayed and stuff. But that might be that Flair Airlines Flight 621 from Toronto to Calgary, and that would be a 737 MAX 8. So that's what it could be. Now, obviously, FSLTL only loads as many flights as you tell it to, so. And, I don't know. This is what it looks like for FSLTL. It says MAX, but I can't tell which one's which, you know what I'm saying? And that removes some flights, because you only have so many. I think I have 150. I loaded it to MAX. So that does cut down into frames, but... Here's one that landed 07. And that was at 139. So that was shortly after we left. And actually, they removed it. So. But as they go out of range, they remove planes, try to conserve stuff. So. Yeah, you can use this on VetSim. It's compatible. Yeah. And it's free. So, the other thing that they have, I can't remember what the other traffic program is, but, I can't remember what it is. I want to say it's Rex or something like that. It has a traffic program, but, you figured out what? What'd you figure out? Halfway through Lake Superior. Sorry, there's just water and a little bit of land in the distance. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. I try to get close-ups of the textures, too, so you can just texture it right on there, But it's probably, they have something to do with the bending. Yeah, I mean, it takes us, like, up to 10 frames sometimes. But we're at 30 because we're over water, so it's not rendering like land. And I have it locked to 30, so I can work it on the things. So 30's fine for me. But whenever I get a 4090, which won't be anytime soon. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That'd be you. You're saying you're the problem. That's all right. It happens, but you live and learn. We're still over Lake Superior. Nothing to look at. Just water and land in the great distance. Oh, wait, what's that? You can kind of see the coast a little bit more. That's about it. We had our destination in about 2 hours, 45 minutes. Nice. Nick, you just sounded like my son. He talks like that. My son's actually been modeling on Blender. I'm kind of proud of him. He takes the... Oh, sorry. I muted the stream there. But he takes the initiative, and he's working on Roblox and building in Blender. So it is what it is. Look, my friend talks just like you. Brain.exe has stopped working. Huh? Huh? Yeah, very proud of you. 10-year-old on board, everyone. Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Well, it works. Okay. Remember, we're going to do stuff after this. Starting to see Ontario on the left. A little bit more. This must be that island I was talking about. Yep. This is the... I'm going to try saying this again. Mishippicotent Island or something like that. Off our left. 10-year-old, yep. And he's doing a little modeling in Blender. No, I didn't teach him anything. He's been teaching himself. All right. But he's all about trying to build stuff on Roblox now, so. All right, we've been pushing this engine 85% the whole way. Try to get some speed here. Air and ground speed is about 180. Plays pretty good baseball too. We've been working on that. But his last game's coming up. Then they have playoffs. So I don't know. I don't understand the way my town does baseball. Because back in my day, and I lived in a town in Rhode Island, we were part of Little League Baseball. Like, you had the patches that said Little League Baseball. And, like, it was just our town. They made, like God, 12, maybe, all right, more like 8 teams. 8 teams, but everyone was from the town. And yet, with my town, they have, like, 2 baseball teams his age. And then they go play surrounding towns. So it's just, it's kind of different than what I was used to. So, but yeah, he's been trying to do catching. Catcher, excuse me, I said catching. Well, same thing, you know what I mean. And I'm trying to work at it. It seems to be the sport he wants to do. So I did hockey starting at 12, but before that I played all the sports. I did basketball, baseball, soccer. I was coaching soccer with him for a little bit. Ooh, what island is that? That'd be Caribou Island out there, everybody. Yeah, see, I was a catcher back in the day. I was never good at baseball. But, you know, I tried. But my old town in Rhode Island, we actually had a Little League baseball team that won the whole World Series. So, like the whole thing. So, yeah, I did outfield and catcher and occasionally first base. I pitched once. And let me tell you how it went. I struck out the first batter. The second batter I walked, and the third batter I beamed right in the head. And that was it. That's the last time I pitched. So, I thought I was really good after that first strikeout. I was like, yeah, I can do this. And then, yeah, never really survived that one. All right, we're starting to see civilization again. Yeah, pitched once. And I even went to a pitching clinic to get that going at it. It takes practice. It's like anything else, you know. Caribou Island. Wonder if there's caribou on there. But when's the next Virtual USA Flying Club event? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Let me double check that. Tomorrow night, actually. Excuse me. 7 p.m. Ybor City is Trey Speedy. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it tomorrow. Because again, I'm kind of in the middle of still my busiest week. If I just get this week done, I'm pretty much home free, so. But let's see what it entails here. So the spring turns into summer. Some head to Florida for well-earned rest and recreation, and they're going to have a crossfire event where Virtual USA Flying Club pilots fly between 2 popular Sunshine State vacation destinations. That actually sounds pretty cool. So I'll have to see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make time, so. Well, you know, it happens. In my son's league, you can have a max of 4 runs, and then they end the inning early. So you max out at 4, and then there's a mercy rule. If you're up by 10, after the 4th inning, they'll end the game, you know, with the mercy rule. So that's happened twice this season with my kid's team. And his team has actually pulled it off twice, so that's awesome. Because sometimes these games go to like 8 p.m. and it's like, dude, this is a school night, you know? So yeah, another thing that was different from when I was a kid. I mean, we'd play till like 7, maybe 7:30, but it gets a little late when you have to get dinner and everything going on. Let's take a look at Caribou Island. Let's send out the drone. We haven't been outside. So, oh, hello. Woo! All right, let me get the follow mode off here. We'll go to Caribou Island. How's that? The Cirrus is going faster than that. But let's go check out Caribou Island. Excuse me. Caribou, City Caribou. It's a pretty nice island. I don't see any signs of, they look like a golf course at first. But it looks like to be uninhabited. Also seems to have some Google Maps imagery problems. Unless this isn't loading imagery right now, which it could be. Or it could not be. No, it's still loading. Here we go. So that might be what it looks like, to be honest with you. Which doesn't make sense, though. Unless it's loading it from the plane and it's just too far away. Where is the plane? There it is. It's out there. It's this little dot. I just saw it. Alright, push 5 when in doubt. There we go. We'll see if that loads any Google Map imagery while we're there. We're almost there. Past the midway point, at least. Gold bar at the top will tell you total flight time. 2.5 hours out. We're about that from Watertown, New York. And again, I have a second cousin who lives in Watertown, New York. Never really talked to him. In fact, the last time I saw him was at my mom's funeral back in 2004. But when my uncle passed, I had to get in contact with him because my uncle had them in the will. So I had to contact him, and I found him on Facebook, of all places. And I was like, hey, join me on Facebook. Let me know how life is sometimes. And he did that. So who knows? Maybe someday I'll actually fly up to Watertown and go visit. For real. Who knows? But he has a baby boy, and I don't remember if he's married or not. But they're still very much together, the mother and him. So who knows? But Watertown looks like to be a little cool airport, to be honest with you. I've never flown there in real life nor in the simulator, so this is going to be an interesting little airport of entry here as we get back to Kilo Papa Yankee Mike. And again, sorry about the scenery just being a lake. But I like to do things somewhat realistically as we fly. So check in on VATSIM. It's only Cleveland and Chicago Center. Let's take a look at Volanta to get an idea of visually where that is. We are here. That was Thunder Bay. Someone's taking off from Thunder Bay too. What flight is that? I don't know. We also have someone following us, and someone at Sault Ste. Marie. But yeah, we're gonna be coming from right here. Whoever is at where's oh, Watertown. There we go. So that's where we're going. Seems like we might have a little bit of weather there and over here. We'll see what happens. It's kind of like the Great Lakes tour over here. So we'll be flying right by them all. But yeah. There's Cleveland. Flew over that coming back from my brother in Dallas there at the time. Got some pictures of that in that video. So I made a tribute video to my brother. Helped me process things a little bit more, and honestly, it's a really good looking video. I just want people to understand the point of view on why I made it. So that's on the Eric Flight YouTube channel. But he was very much into flight simming when we were growing up, and would have been in it if he had an easier time of it when he was an adult. But I did buy a Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we did fly together a little bit, so I guess that's just the Google Maps imagery. That's the way it is. Alright. And again, that's Caribou Island off the right. So we make our way across Lake Superior. We should be seeing land out here. In fact, I think we can. Just a little bit. A little bit. Yeah. Check out this fuel here. Looks like we're burning left a little bit more than right, so let's go back to the right. We're on boost, going to the right. There we go. Heading a little bit more into those headwinds too, and they've also picked up to 15 knots, but we'll be okay. Yeah, I want to take the DA-40 out again. I haven't done that in a while. Kind of missed that plane. I was looking at the last year's marathon stream. Oh, and by the way, I should probably announce that too. So let me do that, because I said I would run it every single time I stream. So let me, again, announce the special 3rd annual marathon flight. We'll be doing the flight around the Gulf of Mexico on Saturday, July 29th. Starting at 8 a.m. from Kilo November Echo Whiskey. We're going to be raising money once again for the Children's Cancer Research Fund as part of my participation in the Great Cycle Challenge. Jeff, you've always been a great supporter of that, and I appreciate that. I was reminded of that yesterday when I was watching the last year's video, and you kicked in way too much money to make us go over the $500 goal, which is the first goal we set. But I'm hoping that maybe we could stretch that out a little bit more and get an even higher amount than even last year, just to break the record. That's my goal every year, but we'll start at 500. But we raised over $1,200 last year for the Children's Cancer Research Fund, and it was awesome. Notice my inspiration. We're going to be flying to Cuba, Mexico, and the United States, so I put myself in a Cuban gallabara, I guess that's how you pronounce it, a Mexican sombrero, and hot American flag pants there. But that's what we'll be flying. We'll be flying the Cirrus 729er Echo Foxtrot in the whole event there. We got some prizes graciously donated from Just Flight Juricki Design right from themselves. And should be a good time. Go on the Eric Flight Discord. That would be tinyurl.com/EF Discord if you want to see about the briefing about the whole flight. And even if you can't do it as a marathon, come on out and just fly a couple legs with me, because it's going to be a long one. So, and we'll also be making that a Virtual USA Flying Club event for people to join if they want to. So, but yeah, July 29th, put it on your calendars. We should have a good time. So, that is the official theme. I finally got that to be the official theme. So, but yeah, if we look at the live camera at Watertown International Airport, by the way, where we're going, this is what it looks like in real life. I guess that American Eagle took off already. But there you go. They have a live camera, and it's pretty cool. So we'll see what it looks like when I get there, too. We can compare. And that was Willie Nelson that you saw in the upper right. I have no clue why, but he was there. Maybe we should take Willie Nelson as a VIP someday in this. That'd be kind of cool, too. Just no smoking on board. There's the caps handle. We won't be touching that, hopefully. That's not modeled in the simulator anyways. Maybe they should, though. That'd be kind of cool if they could. And they probably could if they did enough programming on it. So, 2.5 more hours to go. But we're almost on the other side of Lake Superior. Seems like we slowed down a little bit. But maybe we'll pick up more speed. SkyVector said it would take about 3.5 hours. 3 hours, 25 minutes to be precise. Unless, give me a second here. I didn't put the altitude in. Yeah, 3 hours, 27 minutes. Excuse me. At 5,500. There we go. Ontario coming up. And we're doing a landfall around the Pointe aux Mines, Alona Bay, Mika Bay. If you know anything about Ontario, which I don't know that much, but that's where we're going to end up on the other side. I should probably just show you the tablet with the moving map, you know, that might help. So there we are, right there. And then I might switch it over to the American sectional as we get to the American side, because I don't understand the Canadian sectionals as well as the United States ones, which I've been trained in. And I think the U.S. ones are probably the best, to be honest with you. They have so much more information on it to read. It seems like you need the flight supplement for Canada to really understand like the radio frequencies and stuff. However, this Flight Plan Go is pretty good. If you go to airports and you have it set to what you need, it'll show you everything. The ATIS information. Thunder Bay was an airport of entry. FBO's at the field. So this is for World Aviation too, but I usually use a VAR. They have the airport diagram. Oh, a wind calculator. I didn't see the wind calculator, but now that I know they have one, I should probably explore that. But there are the charts and everything. It's pretty cool. That's what we did out of Thunder Bay. And then if you want to, you could change it to where you're going. And it has the same charts as the VAR, obviously, because it downloads it for the FAA. But the airport diagrams are kind of the same. It's just the actual sectional. And there's the airport diagram there. FBOs, this is what you'd call 2 hours out. Call that phone number and request customs. So we'd probably be calling right about 30 minutes or so. I'd probably start like 10 minutes before that. So 20 minutes we'd be calling customs there saying that we're arriving. And not that I've ever done that. Here's the current METAR too. That's kind of nice. Avera doesn't do that. You have to download it, but so Flight Plan Go, it's kind of cool. It's a different way of working. I find Avera to be a little easier to use though. Trying to move this thing along. Toronto, I'll be going there in real life in August, again, with a friend to go celebrate his wedding. He got married in Vegas in April, I think it was. right around April 20th, so congratulations to them. And probably going to live it up a little bit in Toronto. We rented an Airbnb. It's the first time I've ever going to stay with the Airbnb system here. But we got a nice place close to downtown, so we could just walk the whole thing. And those are the same guys that we're going to be going to Nantucket in June, so hopefully, if the weather cooperates. I think it's June, right? June 24th. I keep saying June 24th. I should probably know that. Yeah, June 24th, so hopefully take video of that and we'll be good. But we are almost on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. That took a while. So Lake Superior is indeed superior. And our whole trip today is over like 613 nautical miles, so it's not too bad for 3.5 hours to go that far. On our right will be Sault Ste. Marie once we get over the land there. That way. And I was thinking about doing Niagara Falls on the way back, but I wanted to go more direct to save some time because I do have that Jefferson 2001 add-on, which is fantastic for Niagara Falls, by the way, Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I uninstalled all my freeware scenery and got that, and it's amazing. Has the Maid of the Mist boats and stuff like that. So I'm surprised we haven't seen more boats in the water here, Gotta be honest with you. That they must save them more for the coast, but still. I don't see any boats. Do you? Nope. Looking for boats. I've been looking for boats in all the wrong places. Looking for boats. Not seeing any. Oh well. Alright, let's get an updated pressure setting here. Let's get the weather out of St. Sault Marie. I'm going to get it from Sky Vector here. So it's saying variable at 4 knots, 20 square miles visibility. Few at 25,000, 28 degrees. 7 is the dew point. Altimeter 3006. Let's go 3006. And what is the ATIS there? Let's just see if it lines up with what Sky Vector said. 118.375. Oh, I'm on COM 1, yeah. Hello. 118.375. Here we go.
Kilo Alpha November Juliet. Automated weather observation 180 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition clear. Temperature 28 C. Dew point 10 C. Altimeter 3006.
Yep. Cool.
Kilo Alpha November.
Just checking. Back to guard. If everyone wants to do that, I'll give you a minute or else I'm going to do it myself. Alright, I'm doing it myself. Oh. Garad. I spelled guard as Garad, everybody.
You're on guard with KGRD. Meow.
So we're monitoring guard and COM 2. Not that we have to. And again, the biggest place around is Saint Marie, which is down here somewhere. I don't know if we're going to see it, but that's where I got my altimeter pressure setting from. Two and a half hours to go. Slowing down a little bit from that headwind because we're heading more in that direction towards the south. So, right. Check out the Volanta app. So we just went right across Lake Superior. We're almost totally there. Saint Sault Marie, Ontario is there. And I will say, as of yesterday, where we flew from Brandon, Manitoba, which was somewhere around here. There it is. So we flew from Brandon, Manitoba, right there, all the way to Thunder Bay there. This was a little bit scenic, but it got kind of old fast because it was just a lot of woods, forests. There was like a swamp-ish thing there, and this Lake of the Woods was cool, but that was about it got a little drawn out, shall we call it. So seems like the eastern part of Canada, to me at least, has a little bit more civilization. But here we go, we're on the other side, which means that we're going to survive Lake Superior at least, because we could even glide in there if we had to. Pilot from Thunder Bay, only on the right channel. Oh boy.
Gotta make it so. Make it so.
You know it. I'll give you another one of those.
Number 1, make it so.
There you go. I gotta make a lot more things like that. I want my standby screen to be like a parody of videos. It's gonna take a while to make those, but no, it never does get old. That's why I made it, because I knew it was gonna survive and not be totally boredom. But my band this week in serious things, we're gonna make a video about rules of the band room. Like, we're gonna make a demonstration video. This should be good because this show's been tough. It's been tough with like behavior and stuff. So that's what I have them doing this whole week, is we're gonna film scenes for our video that we already discussed. And we'll see how this goes. But I think, oop, someone's walking their dog outside. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, but I think we're gonna make it like a Twilight Zone. Like, we're gonna call it the band zone. And I'll have it in black and white at first, and then we'll have color video, so it keeps people's attention. See, that will give me ideas for the channel, because I want to make a bunch of parody videos. Like, this one's not a parody video, but this one was kind of fun to make, so.
Are you enjoying watching the Eric Flight Twitch channel? Want to help Eric Flight design bigger and better content? Well then, become a subscriber today. That's right, for the price of a fancy cafe, mocha, affogato, americano, you can subscribe to the Eric Flight Twitch channel and help provide for bigger and better things for the channel. For the low price of a subscription, you can rest assured knowing that you will be supporting a worthy cause towards your entertainment. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
See, something like that. That was funny. That was actually fun to make. And we'll have like that video with like a bunch of other parodies about flying. And it would be cool. And that would be my standby screen instead of just doing the replays, which are just basically not even highlights. They're like little clips. So that people, like, the problem is I never clip anything. I have highlights, but I don't do the clips because they're too short and I find them hard to work with. So we're going to do a bunch of parody videos eventually, hopefully. And that'll be part of the standby screen. So that way, if I have a problem with my computer or something, you could actually watch some funny stuff and actually maybe stay on the channel, because the standby screen is like a snoozer right now. Which it kind of is anyways, but you know what I mean. That was fun to make. And by the way, I don't care if you're a subscriber or not, but for those subscribers, I do appreciate it. And if you don't worry about it. I just appreciate you being here. I just want you to know that. It was just a fun little parody video. All right, we are officially over Ontario. All right, man. Uh-oh. Oh, whew. It's loading scenery. Loading scenery. We're in Ontario, everybody. Doing well. Sault Ste. Marie is over here somewhere. But we're making things happen. I love these trees from Bijan Studios. They still hold up. Rex, I didn't like as much. I bought it to compare it because it was on sale. And it does a decent job, but Bijan Studios, I think the trees look better. So just me. And he hasn't even worked on this in like forever. Because he had, I don't know, he had something personal going on. And then it's like, I guess Microsoft Flight Simulator did something. So I'm intrigued at what Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to do for seasons. Especially with the satellite imagery, which they probably have the seasons for satellite imagery. So I don't know. And in that case, you might have to go with the default satellite imagery if you want seasons, you know? But 2 hours, 23 minutes to go. We got this thing cranking. Because the max I can get is about 86, so I'll keep it at 85. All right. And if I see anything huge or big, I will let you know. But we'll take in the sights of Ontario here. It seems like Canada just has a lot of open things. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the Bijan Studios, it's just the trees, and they make them, you know, look like fall, but the underlying imagery is still the Google Bing Maps. But they do a very good job with the density of the trees and stuff to really make it look kind of fall and autumn. Like in the Northeast, and then he has it set up by regions. Like if you go south, it's like palm trees. So he did a nice job. And it really does make a difference. So But I'm wondering what Microsoft's going to do officially for that. What I would do, if I was Microsoft, is I would probably hire Bijan Studios to give me a final version of this, because he has the best trees, if you ask me. And then I would either tone map the scenery based on season, which is what Rex tries to do with their auto season stuff, which isn't terrible. And even this Google Maps imagery, he has an option now where you could touch it up yourself and map the scenery to your choice. But something like that would probably have to happen if you want to fill out seasons. And then if they hire Bijan, I think that he already has it basically pretty much down, you know. Rex has it somewhat down. I don't like their trees. They don't look as good to me as the Bijan Studios. So. But I haven't even checked his Discord in a while. I wonder what he's up to. Here we go. Bijan Studios. Last post. Oh, he also does the Island and Boats add-ons, too. So. But, let's see. Yeah, it said 8/24/2022. Great to hear you're back. I hope you haven't had a rough time of it over the last few months. So you went through something. The last time he posted was a long time ago. But he hasn't updated anything. Unless last time he updated it was February 8th, 2022. They reduced some of the large trees in Australia, caused by World Update 8. But at the same time, it's still the best trees I've seen, and I'm going to leave it at that. So, February. This is the last update on Bijan Studios trees. Version 7.2 was released on February 8th, 2022. So that's what you're seeing over here, and they look fantastic. So. I get a lot of compliments with that along Google Maps, so. Alright, Sault Ste. Marie should be down there. I don't think we're going to see it, but it's down there somewhere. But we could send the drone out. Send out the drone. So make sure that the follow is off. Thank you. And let's send the drone out there and get a up-close view here if we can. The wonders of autopilot, you know. Yeah, it's pretty far, but it's down here. You know, probably have to load all this stuff, but here's Sault Ste. Marie. It looks pretty decent. I think this might be a Flight Sim TO add-on, but I'm not sure. See if it loads. Here's the airport. That might take a while to load. That's the closest real big city to us right now. Got more trees now. How about the buildings? Buildings are slowly coming online. Lots of baseball fields. Well, all right. Thank you for your support by watching the ads. Sault Ste. Marie, right there. We're gonna head back now to the plane, heading 5. Whoa! And we are on course there, so we just went right down to about here-ish. Seems like there's a ski slope over there. Right there. Pretty interesting. Pretty cool. All right. Oh, 2 hours to go. Almost. Ground speed picked up a little bit. And this is why I use the Microsoft Flight Simulator weather engine, because it shows the distant weather too. That's something Rex Weather Force does not do. So I haven't used Rex Weather Force in over a year probably, because I just like seeing the weather in front of me. I think that was a very smart thing that Microsoft Flight. The only problem again is the transitions, which haven't been as bad. I think they doused them a little bit to make them a little more mild, but there still is problems with the transitions between weather. So we'll keep an eye on that speed, because I have this thing pumping at 86% power, which is pretty much almost full throttle, but figured we got gas to burn. So all right, we're gonna switch to the left, I believe. Yep, going to the left. We're burning through it pretty fast. We're on boost, going to the left. We should have more than enough fuel. We have at least 40, if not 45 gallons, and we're burning 19 an hour. So that kind of tells you we still have left over, even if it was that, but we have more than that. Do you see that thing on Twitch now? They offer like a pay $12 a month and you don't have to see ads. I think that's kind of expensive for just that, you know? I mean, I get that they're trying to make money, but $12 I thought was pretty expensive to skip ads. I know they give you like 2 emojis or whatever and a special like indicator on your screen name, but I don't know, it sounds a little bit like Twitter to me. So and give you a view of the Canadian sectional here. That's where we are. We should be going near Sudbury, Ontario pretty soon. And we should see, oops, excuse me. You should see the northern part of whatever lake this is. Is that Lake Erie? Oh, this is Lake Erie. All right. The Georgian Bay. We'll just call it Georgian Bay. So. It does seem like we have some cloud cover over there. And if we look at Volanta, it does show a little bit of no, it doesn't show any convectiveness there. Maybe a little sporadically. Very interesting. Oh, excuse me. And we are about 40% done with our flight here, so. Turn off the tablet now. All right, well, listen, I have to get a little stretch here. I'm feeling like I need a little stretch. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to take like 2 minutes for myself, check up on the kid here. And I'm going to let Otto control the plane. So before I do that, let's do a little quick recognition of Otto, the autopilot, everybody.
Automatic pilot.
Automatic pilot. There it is.
There you go.
I'll go back to the passengers.
Alright, so I'm going to put auto on. And I will return in about 2 minutes. I'm going to do a little stretch. Be right back. All right, we are back. Thank you for letting me do that little stretch there. Kind of needed it. And we are still on our way to Watertown, New York. Currently over Ontario. And that's about it. Lake Superior was Superior, and we will hopefully get to see more. As we're gonna be, I don't think we'll see Toronto, but we're gonna be north of Toronto over there. So we'll see what happens. Look out the left. Look at the panel here. Get straight. No Toronto. I guess that's defeat. No, I get it. I get it. I didn't get it at first, but I got it now. I actually like Toronto. Toronto, I think it's supposed to be one of the cleanest cities in North America, isn't it? Or something like that. Kind of remember hearing about that last time I went. And that was in, oh God, 2004. I think I haven't been to Toronto since 2004. Yeah. So the Eric Flight Tour will be happening again this August in Toronto, 19 years later. 19 years in the making. Where I was a chipper 20-something-year-old kid. Now I'm just an old fart. Excuse me. Oh my God, my allergies are terrible. I don't think those corn chips helped either. I talked with my son, he had some corn chips, so I kind of dug into those. Alright, this is the Mississauga River underneath us. Right there. I thought I read Mississippi at first. What do you mean, Mississippi? It's Mississauga River. And we should be seeing some civilization at Elliott Lake, Ontario, up ahead. Probably out there. Looked like there was a cloud there with the sun, but I guess just the scenery because there's no clouds. It is clear. Clear as day. There's also a MiG out there. Did you see that? F-18 out there. But this will probably be the third. There's only one more leg to go, basically, after this. If I fly from Watertown all the way back to Plymouth. So, this is the longest leg, though. It's just been 600-something nautical miles. Once we get done with this. 613 nautical miles. But we're getting there. We're almost halfway there. And I'll be sleeping in the good old USA tonight on the simulator, at least. It's amazing that a propeller plane can move this fast. I did a flight in the Cirrus a long time ago from Plymouth to Canada. And I think it was like an hour and a half long. And I was like, dude, that's like amazing. An hour and a half you can get from Plymouth, Massachusetts to Canada and land. But we also had a good strong tailwind at that time, so. It's a nice look at trees, huh? Alright, current conditions at Watertown International Airport. This is what it's looking like on the ground. So, not much action there, but it is Monday and Memorial Day here in the United States, so. Again, earlier they had like a American Airlines umbrella or something like that. Trying to see if they removed the copyrights on the songs that I used legally on the last stream from last night. Well, yesterday. They did. They removed them all, everybody. Cool. Well, that took a while, but they did it. They did it. So, like, Pixabay.com offers music, and you get a free license with it, but YouTube still flags it as copyright until you provide the license on it. And it's kind of nerve-wracking because it says, oh, fraudulently giving us information, you can, like, lose your whole account. And it's like, what? Hey, look at those trees. It's got like a orange hue to them. It's very interesting right there. Very beautiful. All right. That out there seems to be Elliott Lake, Ontario. So we'll see that as we go by. A lot of lakes, a lot of trees, kind of like what we saw on yesterday's flight. Excuse me about the allergies. Watertown, New York is an international airport, along with customs. But it's known as international, even though it's kind of small. Looks like I'm looking at the ground power card there now that I know what all this stuff is. Trying out the 737, which we might do on stream someday. We might do it. I have to go through descent procedures and all that still. As far as getting the engine started, all the pre-flight stuff, I can do that. So I'm gonna have to have more time to learn the 737 in its entirety, and also get a good flight calculator for all that stuff. But I guess Navigraph is the way to go, because the airlines have someone that they have the dispatcher that does all that for you, and then you enter that data into the FMC. Whereas if you're on your own, you got to figure out where to get all that stuff. So, and I have a calculator, but it's not like, it doesn't have every little thing I need on, especially for descent rates and stuff. It probably does. I just haven't really gone through it enough. That in the distance is the North Channel of Lake Huron, right there. God, they got some nice tree colors here still. I don't know if that would be what it would look like in real life, but looks pretty nice. They still have red foliage from autumn up here during this time? I don't think so. I have the spring trees installed, so unless something got mixed up here, which I don't think it did. No, it says spring. All right, man. Well, let us know how it goes. That PBR stuff can be kind of intensive, you know. You probably have some alpha layer stuff saved, so you know what color for what type of material, but it does make it look nice. Like, see the reflection off the seat and stuff. I touched this up a little bit with the Eric Flight emblem because it's supposed to be stenciled, but it's supposed to be like vinyl, like, you know, a press, if you will. And obviously that counts into these little dimples and everything, so it does count. Or over here, you got like the dirt and the carpet and stuff. That's about as close as I've come to PBR. Oh, excuse me. Alright, we're gonna have to get another pressure check here. So, Elliott Lake Municipal. I don't know if that has a weather station. Gotta check into it. Let me do Sky Vector. It's just easier for me. Alright. Elliott Lake does not have a weather station. But, Gore Bay Manitoulin does. Or maybe not. Altimeter's 3007. There. So let's keep it 3006. That's close enough. It does look beautiful, but it's well, it's just nature, to be honest with you. And we're full throttle here. We're gonna try to make this as fast as possible. 1 hour and 50 minutes to go. 183 knot ground speed. Alright. Left tank going to right. We're on boost. Going to right. There we go. Someone was just contacting us in here. Descend to 20,000 RZO 323. I don't know that airline. RZO is something. Boston Center just came online, and it looks like they will control Watertown. So we might have to contact them. Let's take a look at Watertown. I think it's towered because it's international. Yep. No, it's Class Echo. Wow. Class Echo, no need to contact anybody. Nice. we'll see. Because usually I won't do flight following or any of that. And there is no tower at Watertown. It is all echo. From what I'm seeing. Let's read up on it here. Watertown International. This is from Sky Vector. No tower. No beacon. Wow. That did windsock though. Customs. 2 hours advance notice to U.S. Customs by pilot. Required. So we'd probably call them. We probably would have already called them. And I just lost that screen. Try to check the lighting. Medium intensity. Is it activated with the... Landing fee for aircraft over 6,000, so kind of nice to see that we're not getting charged for landing fee. Nice. All right. I mean, it says no beacon, but yet on the sectional it says there's a beacon. So you tell me. You tell me who's right. It says no beacon. Am I reading that wrong? No beacon. Nope, it is what it is. Oof. All right, Ontario. Whoa. Whoa.
All that kind of stuff.
Glad Heater, thank you for following me on Twitch.
Dangerous, irresponsible.
Welcome to the broadcast. Hope your day's going well. We're over Ontario. Ah! Played that thing. I didn't want to. Over Ontario, got some nice trees and stuff, but and lakes. That's Lake Huron out there. And we got a little bit of weather out there too as well. But we're on our way to Watertown, New York. Long, long flight. Excuse me for yawning. Oh man. Oof. Scenic. In the middle of nowhere. Actually, no, that would be Elliott Lake right there, Ontario. So we have some civilization right there. So we're continuing to the east. Oh, cool. Just outside Vancouver. You're on the other side of Canada. Nice. We were, I did a whole bunch of Star Trek inspired flights, and we ended in Vulcan, Alberta, for various reasons, because you can, well, obvious reasons. You can see that the town's called Vulcan. But the Vision Jet's one of my favorites. I haven't flown that in a while, but that is an awesome plane. Yep. Some people still don't consider it a jet, but it's a jet. You're going about probably 200 knot ground speed or so. Oh, I had Commander Spock on. See, these are all archived now, but I did have Commander Spock on board. And let me see if I can pop them up one more time for you. But I had a bunch. Here's Spock with his E6B. There you go. So he did join us for a couple flights. So 279, yeah, not too shabby. But yeah, Spock was with us for a while on the Star Trek flights, and now I'm just flying back to my real world base of operations that I fly out of for fun. Plymouth, Massachusetts, but we won't get there today. We're getting back in the United States. We're going to Watertown, New York. This is part 3 of returning from the Star Trek pilgrimage flights, as I call them. So yeah, we had a bunch of VIPs. We had Spock, we had Oh, Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk. Later on, Captain Kirk. What else? God, we had a bunch of them. Let me show you all of them. So that was Spock with his E6B. Oh, I did it both. I did a Cochrane and LaForge combo, too. We visited the missile silo where they filmed the movie there. Captain Kirk from Generations. Jean-Luc Picard. So I had a lot of them. Jonathan Archer. Who else? Oh, I almost forgot about Ben Sisko. William Shatner is the original Kirk. And then I think that's about it for Star Trek one. So I have William Shatner by himself too. So all wearing Bose A20s as well, which is what is emulated on the Cirrus Vision jet. They did a nice job with that. But I don't want to call it boring. It's a little bit repetitive out here in Ontario as we're making our way back. But we'll be coming north of Toronto, which is right there, Charlie Yankee Yankee Zulu, and going to Watertown, New York. We still have about an hour and 40 minutes to go. We're almost halfway there, though. Oh, cool. Oh, there you go. I have a marathon event happening for around the Gulf of Mexico. It's a fundraiser I do on July 29th, and we're actually going to fly through Florida a little bit. We're going to start in Louisiana. So, but sorry to hear about your father. But my brother lived in Mississippi for a little bit too. He lived in Jackson with his then fiance, and then that went south, and he moved out. But he actually worked at the airport for security there, in between trying to get law jobs. So, and he liked his time there at TSA. You know, some people would say, "Oh, this sucks. I'm a lawyer. I'm supposed to be a lawyer," but he embraced it. You know, I mean, he had his moments. Oh, okay. Well, that means that you can cross the border into Tennessee? I don't know if I'm right on that. My Google Maps doesn't work, because it locked me off the main server for a little bit because I use the Google Maps enhancement. So that's what it does. When it says that you're using too much data, they kind of lock you out of it, then you go to server 2. So you're probably in a better position. Like, Jackson was okay. I'm out of the Northeast here, about 40 minutes southwest of Boston. So, but Memphis was cool to visit. I liked Memphis, but I'm also a guitar player and musician. So, whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, Watertown, here we come. And again, that live camera from, oh look, another American Eagle flight or whatever that is. This is live video from where we're going to go to, Watertown International. So another American Eagle has landed. The Eagle has landed. And looks like they'll be loading passengers. They hooked up the ground power unit. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So we're going to see what that looks like when I arrive into Watertown. Just compare it to what it looks like in the simulator, I guess. I just thought it was kind of cool that they have a live webcam. You gotta get the luggage out. It's funny when you're a general aviation pilot. Like, I'll go to Martha's Vineyard, and they'll have like the Lear jets, the private jets there, and you see like the crew there, and you're like, hey guys, what's up? It's kind of surreal, you know. Oh, there's the fuel truck coming in. Cool. We'll check in on them in a couple minutes, but I don't know what's departing and where. I think they have an ERJ. No? I kind of remember getting one. Let me see if I'm being honest on that one. I thought someone made a payware ERJ. Maybe not. Could have sworn they had an Umbraer. They don't have a 145. They have a 170 and a 190. By Virtual Coal, which I bought a long time ago because I was getting into jets, and I bought all the stuff I shouldn't have. So probably why I can't afford real world flying as much as I should. No, I'm good still. I have money saved up, but still, I gotta stop wasting my money on, oh, I'll fly that, and then I get it, and then I never fly it. So, Ontario, Canada, right above Lake Huron, over there. Ugh. Okay, Espanola, Ontario, coming up off our left here. Probably this area over here. It's the next sign of civilization up here. And I got it full throttle. We're just going as fast as we can. Let's get this flight done in a timing manner, and it's perfectly fine. But an hour and a half left almost. So that's not bad. Let's go from Thunder Bay, Ontario, to Watertown, New York. That's not bad at all. How are we doing on fuel? Probably switch to the left. We're on boost. We're good. Going to the left. There we go. We're not caring about fuel today. We're just letting it burn up. Oh, they're deep boarding the plane there. Real live video again from where we're going today, Watertown International. I wonder if these people know they're on camera. Probably not. Kind of cool if they have that little ramp there for people to get out. And we won't be parking here, obviously. This is where the main terminal goes for the Embraer and stuff. But I think the GA is to the left of this. Down the taxiway to the left. It's a lot of people. That's pretty cool. This is probably one of the best live cams I've seen at an airport, to be honest with you. They get right up there. I wish I was going to FS Expo. Unfortunately, I have to keep my money going to instrument lessons, flying for real on some interesting flights. And also, my friend since middle school, he got married in April, and we're going to go celebrate his marriage as guys in Toronto in August. So I'm going to be having to put whatever extra money I have toward that. So, but I wanted to go to FS Expo. The plan was to go to FS Expo. But unfortunately, no. But also, fortunately, no, because I'm going to other places. So, hope they don't do anything embarrassing on this video. That'd be me. I'd be on this video like picking at my butt or something after sitting in the seat for hours or something. That'd be that guy. Yeah. But it's kind of cool. This has got to be one of the best webcams for an airport ever that I've seen on YouTube. Pretty cool. Alright, we'll check in with them a little bit later. Again, we are above Lake Huron in Ontario. We're about halfway to Watertown, New York. Oh, that's cool. Are your wife and 3-year-old daughter actually going to attend the event itself, or are they going to do other things? That's another thing that I would have to do. I have a niece down in Dallas. My brother, unfortunately, we lost him in July, but he lived in Dallas, so I have a niece down there. So I was going to... The plan was, if I was going to go to Houston, maybe get a rental car, and a couple of Richards A Flying Club members help them out, get around, and then maybe fly up to drive up to Dallas, which I know is like 5 hours or so. Visit her and then come back and then go on the plane, you know. But that wasn't going to work out just because of everything that's going on. So, but you know, that should be one heck of a vacation. They have the Houston Zoo there. My brother took his daughter to the Houston Zoo shortly before all that happened, and they had a good time. They went to the NASA space thing there and I had breakfast with an astronaut and stuff. So there's a bunch of things to do as a family down there too. But this is Ontario. I don't know what else to say. Hey, look, it's a tower, everybody. That's cool. That is in the sectional. Let's take a look at the sectional. I'm trying to make it somewhat interesting. Canadian sectional. Oh, cool. Well, that's awesome. Nice. Galveston's cool. Yeah. Well, that makes total sense then. Make it a family vacation with a little bit of that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm probably gonna attend it virtually, like I did last year, and we'll go from there. But I'm hoping to get down there sometime. So I will eventually attend one of these. Having kids and a wife and all these expenses just kind of hits it. But hey, if anyone wants to buy any I'm gonna just do the shameless plug here. If anyone wants to help fund real world flying and things like that, you can go to the Etsy store and see if you see a t-shirt you want and buy it. I'm just saying. There's also Eric Flight merch and all that stuff, but I make all my flying money off of a different YouTube channel, believe it or not the Eric DIY one. I mean, not the Eric Flight one. It's the Eric DIY, and that's what pays for flying for real. So. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I belong to the Rich USA Flying Club, and a bunch of them are going down, so that would have been kind of cool. We were going to have like a meetup. But, like I said, I'll have to wait for another time for me at least. Alright. Well, there's not going to be much to look at other than nature here for a while, so I hope we're okay with that. Parallel 42, which makes like awesome camp software. I love that camping thing. I also have Flow. So that's a cool thing. And the camping app right there. I love that. So, but we gotta do some camping flights here. And then the Kit Fox is awesome too. Not much of a bush flyer yet, but I'm probably gonna get into it sometime soon. Okando is actually very good at that. And he's on Twitch. I'm also gonna give you a shout out in a second, if that's okay, Glad Heater. Give me a second. I think I spelled that right. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I put one extra O there. Oh, no, I did. I did. So, shout out to Okando. He does a lot of bush flying on the simulator. Streams that. So, Crystal Lake scenery. It's awesome. Yep. And shout out to our new friend, Glad Heater. Thanks for coming on the broadcast. Hopefully that goes through. If not, I'm going to do it again. Star Citizen. Wanted to get into it, did not though. But it looks pretty epic. Reminds you of Wing Commander from back in the day. There you go. Oh really? Why is it too addictive? I want to make a tutorial video on how to fly the Cirrus, actually realistically, and how to fly the 152 realistically and the 172 again. So I'm probably gonna stream those this summer because I never really got through all that. Seriously, I do. Yeah. It's buggy. No, I never really got to trying it. I thought about buying it. I have a Tobii eye tracker which I use occasionally, but for streaming it's not so good because I have 3 monitors. So if I look at my streaming computer, see what it does. And then if I look at my left monitor, it's the same thing. So, but if I'm landing and just stare at the monitor in the middle, it does a pretty nice job, you know? So it is a good product. It's just not for streaming. Gonna do that there. Turn it off. But they had an excellent video on setting up the Tobii eye tracker. Digi is actually making my real world fly out of airport, Plymouth. So that's how we got to know each other. Well, actually, no, you came on my stream, then we hit it off as friends, and then I said, man, someone should make Plymouth, and you decided to do that. And that was amazing. So, 1 hour, 26 minutes to go, full throttle. We're literally full throttle. Again, sorry about the allergies. And we're going to go right over Lake Huron here for a second. And the Georgian Bay. That's what we're heading towards as we head a little bit more south on our way down to Watertown, New York. We're right there. We have quite a while to go still. Got some nice little hills and mountains over here. So I think I said this last broadcast, but I'm going to get signed off in another 172 to fly at the flight school. More options. And it looks like they did plan that whole plan there, and they're just kind of sitting there. The pilot's still in the cockpit? I think they are. Let's double check that. Yeah, they're still probably doing checks for the next flight. So, still one of the best webcams I've ever seen at an airport. That's our intended destination in the Cirrus. Pretty beautiful. I'm going to take a picture of this. This is nice. Check that tablet off there. You can see some of this. I think the Cirrus, and I've never stepped in one in my real life, but I think the Cirrus might be the way to go for GA pilots if you can afford it, because it's fast. It has air conditioning. I mean, the 172, you can get air conditioning, but I know all the ones I rent in real life, they have it ripped out because it's extra weight taken out, so you can add more for passengers. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. That Lake Superior, though, that was a big lake. That was a huge lake. There you go, leave it there. It's about 200 nautical miles or so. 255 nautical miles to go. Lake Huron and the Georgian Bay to our right over here. And it's the Voyageur Channel right here. Take it as you will. That's what it's called. And then we have Beaverstone Bay, which is this thing right here. Kind of reminds me of like Iceland in the simulator. Cool. Keep this thing going. Sorry if it's not exciting, but we do real world time flying here, and we try to look at the sights as much as we can. Shotzi 15 out there. Ugh. Well, definitely getting there. I feel another stretch coming on in about a half hour or so, so I might go stretch for just a couple minutes and then come back, but we'll keep this flying. That we got some traffic up there as we hit the drone cam. There's that Beaverstone, what do you call it? Beaverstone Bay. And the Bustard Islands, which are right here. That's what that is. Wait, no, I'm sorry. The Bustard Islands over here. I'm just reading off things off the section there. pretty cool. It's just definitely seaplane territory. Or if you could find a place to land, you could do some bush flying up here. Maybe this island over here. But anyways, I digress. Right. And then I'm going to be on the other side near the Magdatawan River on the other side. But Toronto, for visual reference, is here. So I'm going to be on that side of Ontario. See a little bit of the United States out there as well. Actually, no, that is Ontario still. I'm sorry. Again, I was thinking about originally going past Niagara to see the Niagara Falls scenery, which is epic and amazing. If you have not seen the Jefferson 2001 Niagara Falls scenery, you have to check it out. And I'm saying that without being a paid sponsor or anything. It is fantastic. If they board this American Eagles flight anytime soon, I'm going to show that to you on the webcam, by the way. Oof. Itchiness on my leg. Whew, it's hot outside. I'm gonna try doing this fan to get some air in this room here. I know you can't see that, but there's a fan with this virtual green screen in the background. Oh, they're boarding. They're boarding, everybody. The American Eagles flight is boarding. That's a fast turnover, huh? It's like a half hour. Maybe not even that. Yep. So that's it. That's live from Watertown International Airport. Yeah, that was a quick turnaround. Unless that's like pilots getting a ride somewhere and they board them first. But again, I think this is a first for a stream for me to see a live webcam while we're traveling to that airport. Again, I don't know if they're being filmed. They probably don't know at all. This reminds me of Chatham. 'Cause in Chatham, they have these little lanes to tell people you can walk there, but you can't walk to the apron unless you're a pilot. So they kind of trust people a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Chatham in Massachusetts. Kilo Charlie Quebec X-ray. Let's get a little bit bigger here. There we go. Theater mood. I hope no one does anything embarrassing, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm streaming you. Just walk to the plane normally. I'm going to need a fuel change here, sorry. Left, going to right. We're on boost, going to right. We're burning through this fuel like no tomorrow. Again, full throttle. So we get there in a timely manner. I like how they mark things too on the webcam. That's pretty cool. I wonder if there's an American Eagle flight there in the live webcam, if there will be when we're on the ground in Watertown. And we'll be there in about an hour and 17 minutes. So. Sorry about the allergies. Seems like they get a fair number of passengers there too. It's not like one of these airports that just counts on like government aid to keep in operation because they need an airport there. Seems like they got a lot of passengers. And if you just joined us, we're watching the live webcam of Watertown International Airport, where we're actually going to be landing on the simulator. So it's kind of cool to see a live webcam of what's going on down there right now. That is a lot of passengers. It seems like they booked up that plane pretty well. That's why they serve it. Nice weather there too.
You're on guard, Whip.
Oh, there you go. You would.
Meow.
Anything to get a chance to push that command, right? Yeah. Alright. Anyways, we're going to leave it there. Keep an eye on it. It's almost like I got a security camera to the airport on my right monitor, but it's cool. And, yeah. Well, seeing that we're all about launching things here, let's do the Macho Man one again, because I like that one a lot. I think it's underused.
Let me ask, what I like to snap best? Arms, legs? Oh, I like a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. Snap into it, yeah!
That has absolutely nothing to do with flying, but I just like it. A little over an hour to go, and then we'll be done with this leg. Nothing to do with flying at all. Macho Man was the man. See, at least the flying squirrel one, which is also an underused one, probably because it's a cartoon squirrel. That at least has something to do with flying, because it's a flying squirrel. Get the idea? So, yeah. We haven't heard this one in a while, too. A little inspiration from Harrison Ford.
Hi, it's Husky 89er Hotel uniform and the schmuck that landed on the taxiway.
We won't be doing that today. All these commands, by the way, are available in a Google Doc, so you can see what I have available. I worked hard on those. I haven't done them in a while, but I worked very hard on those. Well, we got someone on VATSIM here. ACA 108, Toronto traffic. Leaving flight level 370, top of descent. Leaving flight 370, box 6 arrival for 6 left. So they're down here. That's why we got that message. All right, we're on the other side of that Lake Huron now. Continuing on, Ontario. They have a lot of land, don't they? Like to move into if they wanted to. Got the moon out. I love seeing. Oh, got birds. You see that? We had birds fly right by the plane. I was like, oh my lord. But seeing the moon there, that looks really realistic compared to real life. And I have HDR graphics and you don't. But I told mapped it as close as I could. But it looks glorious on my monitor. And there you go. Take a picture of that. And one last one. I don't want to overdo these, but we haven't used this one in a while either, because I never deviate. But
Possible pilot deviation advised you contact Las Vegas approach at. I'll give you the number when you're ready to copy.
Not ready to copy. I'm flying.
yeah, that's that famous Las Vegas, I think it was, or was it Los Angeles? They bust the Bravo. American Eagle, they packed up. They're starting to put luggage on there now. We're right over the Magnetawan River Provincial Park. That's what you're seeing right over there. Provincial Park. Well, I can't say we didn't see a lot of Canada on these flights, I'll tell you that. But I do have to say that the United States is more populated than Canada. That I can say with certainty. However, Canada keeps it, well, au naturel, if you will. So... and, again, haven't really interacted with ATC too much on VATSIM in Canada, but... yeah, I see what you did. I see what you did. Canada Dry's a good drink, though, my friend. And I remember visiting Canada in the early 90s. We didn't have that flavored water stuff yet. But they had Clearly Canadian, which is the carbonated water with the really good, like, cherry flavor in it. But, yeah, got it. That's funny. Factual Gull of CDL fame, and now making her own fame. Let me give her a shout out, by the way. But she was on yesterday after we got off our flight on stream for us. I was like, oh yeah, I'm flying in Canada and doing all that stuff. And she's like, oh really? Oh, there's not much to see. I was like, well, I kind of liked Lake of the Woods. Did you remember that? But she's like, yeah, I used to do like road trips out there and stuff. And, you know, I was like, yeah. I explained how we came from Vulcan, Alberta at the end of those flights. She's like, oh, it's right around me because they live in, she lives around Calgary. So. But, yeah. Oh, I gotta see this email from a student here. This will not be on stream. No, she wants to buy a flute, so. Sorry, I just gotta answer this now, so I'll forget about it. If I don't do this now, I will forget. Let me get the email there. Oh, come on. Okay, go back to my draft now. Oh my god. Yep, you want. I can't type anymore. Little outside view. Sorry, everybody. The job never ends. Forgot about that. Change in schedule. Well, that's going to be a problem. I got to email school about that after, but I'm not going to worry about it now. You can only do so much, you know? Yeah, right. So with that, we'll get rid of that for now and not worry about it. But we're still over Ontario. And we're going towards... we're north of Toronto, which is out there. And sorry about that. I just had to answer that email really fast, or else I would have forgotten to email back. Toronto is out there somewhere. Not sure we'll see it. But it seems like the satellite imagery is getting better as we get near Toronto too as well. So. And should probably get updated pressure setting there. That American Eagle is not taking off yet. So, but we'll keep an eye out. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Toronto should be ATIS 133.1. See if we can pick that up, get an updated pressure setting. Guess not. Guess we're too far out still. Alright, let's try Charlie Yankee Yankee Bravo. See if they have some weather there. That would be North Bay. And they are 124.9. Maybe? Yes. That's from here. 08. There you go. Back to guard. I'm saying. Back to guard. Got a wind turbine out there, which is on the sectional. That's at 1,200 feet. We are getting there. 189.7 nautical, 0.6 nautical miles, 5, you know what I'm saying. 189 nautical miles away from our destination today. Fuel is looking decent. We're burning a lot of it. We're full throttle because we can do that. Get there fast. 185 knot ground speed, not too shabby. It's been pretty calm the whole ride, you know. It's been very good flying weather here in Ontario. Just past McKellar, Ontario, which is right there behind us. Pretty cool. Civilization, just saying. What's this? Looks like a little tennis courts resort type action there. That looks to be Huntsville, Ontario out there in the distance. Toronto again would be out here, but I don't think we're gonna see much. Even though it's pretty far still. But it's out there. Looks like an airport over there, no? No, I guess not. Oh, excuse me. Should be a big river or lake coming down from the north here. Maybe this thing. Oh, excuse me. Oof. It's amazing that this can go all the way from Alberta to here. And, you know, within like 3 days taking breaks, be this far. Believe it or not, we're an hour out from Watertown, New York, our final destination for today. It's been a pretty long flight today. It's been about, what have we been streaming for? Almost 3 hours streaming. So, yeah. We got some condensation or something out there. Some clouds, if you will. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's where Toronto would be out there. But we're very far north of it, so. And Niagara Falls, of course. I thought about it. I thought about it. We have to go over those special rules to fly around the Niagara Falls, but oof. Calming music, at least. Okay, Huntsville, Ontario, coming up in the distance. I like the variety of trees, though. The variety of trees is pretty cool, too. I'm starting to feel it now. Whew. Get through it, but I'm starting to feel a little bit of just, oh. Charlie Yankee Bravo out there somewhere. That's where we got the pressure setting from. Making it there. Okay, gonna switch to the left. We might have to slow down the speed a little bit. It's we're getting down there. If I get down to 20 gallons, I'll think about it. Okay, we're on boost, going to the left. Keep it burn a little evenly here, but we've been getting 100% throttle for a lot of this flight here. Why? Because we can. And we're trying to keep the ground speed up. Fuel doesn't cost anything in the simulator. This lake is called Skeleton Lake. Wow. Does it look like a skeleton? You have to ask yourself. Not really. Horrible time and weather, by the way. Just saying. I believe that we're in my time zone already for the East Coast here. Just in case. Check it out. 3:53 here in the East Coast, and it is. So we're in the same time zone, which we should be, because it's Toronto. Okay, I really had to look that up. Excuse me. I think I might try to go biking after this flight. See what happens. Excuse me. Oof. Yep, just loading some scenery. My heart kind of goes into my pit of my stomach here when that happens, but could be the Toronto scenery because I have that Sam Scene Toronto, whatever that is. We're not gonna be able to see much of it. It's got a kind of a haze over there. But we could take the drone down. You want to try taking the drone down? We could do that. Let's do that. See if we can get Toronto on the stream here. Also, should probably check in on that webcam. Oh, they closed the doors, so they're gonna get going soon. Let's go to Toronto on the simulator. Yeah, alright, I'll keep this up there too. There you go. And we'll try to get to Toronto. Oh, well, I can't at the same time. Oh well. Keep an eye on it. They're about to depart over there. Yeah! Alright, come on, get to Toronto. Toronto should be around here somewhere. Is it really that south? Could be. Uh-oh. Okay, loading scenery. Loading scenery. Okay, we've got a lot of it. I don't know, I could have lost track of where I'm going with this, but we'll see what happens. You know what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for that airport that's off the water there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find Toronto. Probably not. Unless this is it over here. Which I don't think it is. It's definitely not Toronto. Alright. Well, I tried. And I failed. So let's go back to the plane. I tried, everybody. But alright, let's look at the American Eagle flight there. Which is just about ready to depart. They took out the ground power. And that again is at Watertown, New York, where we are going to land during this stream here. We're about 50 minutes out. And that's live camera. Live hot camera action from Watertown International Airport. There you go. They're going to start to move pretty soon. Oh wow, look at that. Just like that. Boom. Oh, sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Here we go. Pretty cool. We'll see you in about 50 minutes. Cool. That's it. It's going to depart there and do its thing. Runway 7 should probably be the active, I think. Let's see what it says. Wind 040 at 9. Yeah, I'd say 7. Alright, that's what it looks like. If I see anything like them lining up or anything, we'll see what it does. So, alright, getting back to us, we just passed the Lake of Bays, which is this one right here. Did try sending the drone out to Toronto. That was an epic fail. It's right south of us. Should we try one more time? Let's try one more time. Okay, I'll try to send the drone out. Here we go. It's right south of us, so we're going to be like this, and boom. Boom, shakalaka. Let's go. Should be a big lake. Like a huge lake. I'm thinking it's where the Concorde stuff is, but we don't know yet. There's supposed to be a huge lake over here. Somewhere. This could be the huge lake. Yeah, that is the huge lake. Okay. Just gotta keep going south of that, and then Toronto should be on the other side. Again, check it out. Toronto. Seeing that we will not see it very much on our flight because we're too far north. But we can come down to it. There we go. Alright, let the scenery load. It should be good. There you go. It's starting to load. Billy Bishop over here. I have scenery for that. Scenery for Toronto. There's a lot. There's a lot loading right now. So, see, that's why it's freezing up a little bit. But Skydome should be over here. letting it load. There you go. Here's that custom scenery. I think that's Sam's scene. I'm not positive on that though. It's been a while. There's Toronto FC's home stadium for soccer. Sky Dome right over there. It's a little hazy here in Toronto. That's what Toronto looks like, at least in my simulator. It's still loading stuff. It's a lot of scenery here. Niagara Falls is that way. Check that out while we're waiting for Toronto to load entirely. Traffic 6 left. Okay. That's in Toronto. I guess Billy Bishop's not going to load. Well, that's Toronto. We got a lot of action going on over here. And, yeah. That's south of us. CN Tower, is that what it's called? Near Sky Dome. I thought the airport would load. Gotta be honest with you, I thought the airport would load. Well, we just want to get back to our flag. Way far north from there. And we are currently over 12 Mile Lake. And also Carnarvon, Ontario. Again, we're only 44 minutes out from Westfield. This seems to be a Watertown. I mean, there's a plane landing there. You see that? So that's pretty cool. And they do have GA aircraft here, even though it's an international airport. So that will be us in about 50 minutes. Give or take a couple minutes. All that traffic out there is Toronto. More civilization too as well. That must be Carnarvon, Ontario right down there. Okay, I'm gonna flip it from left to right on the fuel here. We're on boost. Yes, we are. Going to right. If it gets down to 20 gallons total, it means 10 and 10, then I'll start worrying. But I think we're gonna be okay. Especially seeing that we're burning, what, 19 gallons an hour? Yeah. So even probably end up somewhere below the 10, but that's about it. Hey, caramba. Oof, long flight. And stretch. And down. And stretch. Oh my god. Whew. Getting the variety color of trees is pretty cool. We must soldier on. We must.
Number 1, make it so.
Make it so. Wow. itchy air. All right, well, we're almost there. Just gotta hang in it, do this thing. So, let me get my other app ready to go here. Oh, did I not? I did not listen on that, did I? Did I even load it? I did. What's going on? Trying to get my electronic flight back to be ready. Seems like it's not outputting there. Maybe it only does one at a time. Oh well, we're okay. Let's go to flight plan go then. You can see what I'm doing here. If I just put a tab on. And let's get ready for Watertown International. We're gonna put the frequency in for the ASOS right now, 132.32. We're gonna monitor that. See what we have here. There's only a CTAF there, 123.0, but we're on 122.8 for VAT sim. Oh, I do have to restart it. Okay, give me a second. This might flash the screen, but I gotta do it. Here we go. See if it's working now. Oh, it is now. Here we go. We are 117 nautical miles out. We should be there in about 38.5 minutes. You can see that I'm using the Aviation program, but then I can switch to flight plan go. Now we have the Canadian and American charts. Although I could do the same with just flight plan go, I like Aviation better. So for American, it doesn't have Canadian charts. So. Right, we're still in the great frontier of Ontario on our way to New York. I went to 75%. Let's see how much slower it will be. Which is usually for cruise. It's only 4 knots, so 5, 6. Between 5 to 6 knots difference. Oh, cool. Nice. Really? PBR, man, seems to be tough. I mean, I can only speak from this thing, because to get these decals to look like vinyl, I had to touch up the original textures, but they already have the colors in there, so you can kind of see. There was some tutorial I was looking at, too, that told you what colors equal what type of textures. So, but it's not easy, you know. It does though, awesome. Like, see, I made it like a pencil stencil it, but I made it look like a burned in vinyl sticker. See what I'm saying? That's that PBR stuff. Whew. Actually, that's about 7 knots difference between my normal cruise speed usually in the 84%, so. Hot loading the texture in the sim. Oh. So the texture's fine. What do you mean by hot loading? You mean like just putting it in there and seeing what it looks like? Or is it crashed or something? Oh, okay. So, it's something with the layering, maybe? So if you got windows and stuff on those buildings, that's gonna help right there. You see. So you get the perfect reflections. There's some reddish things up here. Kind of reminds me of cranberry bogs. Yeah. Interesting. There's gotta be some setting. Again, I just edited the layer with Photoshop, but you'd be here all day doing that. There's gotta be something in Blender. Trinidad out there. Oh man. Gonna go back to full throttle here. Make things happen. We're only about 100 nautical miles out. No other action there on the live webcam, by the way. Maybe it'll show me. No kidding. Oh boy. Military operation area we just came into here. 1300 to 5 Zulu. So what does that make it? 9 a.m. to 1 a.m.? Yeah, sounds about right. Right? Yeah. And they can check by NOTAMs what they're doing out here. But we'll be fine in the simulator. Not that far now. Here's that military operation area right there. Oof. This is gonna be a long flight. It's better when there's more cities. Now, I'm not knocking Canada. Canada just has a lot of open area, as we've learned on these flights. A lot of trees and lakes. All right. 30 minutes to go. We can hold this together. Switch to the left tank, so we're going to get off the right, boost to the left. We're going about almost 4% faster by just doing full throttle here. And we're still monitoring on COM 2, not guard, but the weather for Watertown International. So we'll see it as we get closer. Good to hear the weather there. Hill VOR. And also Belleville, Ontario. Oh, there you go, getting some weather. They just say 5. Just do it one more time. Yep. 1-5. Just gotta say. Alright, over to guard. But we're still far out here. I'm gonna do another check on that in about, probably 40, 50 nautical miles. So far, we are looking at runway 7, which is what has been showing up on that live webcam as, because winds are 051 at 11. So, the GA apron's off of Bravo 3. I'll show you what I'm looking at, actually. That might help, huh? So this is the GA apron with the FBO, which is where customs would be. But the webcam we're looking at is the terminal ramp. So we'll be fine. Elevation's 310, so we should be about 1,300 feet on the pattern. We're almost done with the Canadian sectionals. Look at that. Can't say they're my favorite. I'm not saying they're terrible, but they're not my favorite. I find them a little harder to read than the FAA ones. All right, 26 and a half minutes left.
Until I'm getting tired, I start talking less. Ugh, pardon me.
So we're going over a little part of Lake Ontario. will be in the United States. Customers would already know to expect us in about half an hour. And after this, I'm getting out of this house. Oof. Someone else is getting out of my house because I just heard the door. Maybe we'll get some ice cream or something, me and Zach. Maybe we'll bike to it. I don't know. I don't know if I really can. We'll have to see. Go exercise to earn the ice cream. Oh, how's that look when I go behind my chair? That's what it is. 23 minutes to go. 600 nautical miles is a long distance. I'm just saying. It's about halfway. No, a little less than halfway to Texas.
You're on guard, Whip.
Yeah, I'm gonna need guard. I'll tell you that. Oh my God, keep me on guard. Ugh, I'm getting tired here. Doesn't help that most of it's just trees and lakes. And it seems sand patches are here too. Gotta build up my endurance for July. We are 70 nautical miles out, so about 23 minutes the way I'm going right now. All right, sounds good. The terminal building is going to be the big one, I think, for modeling. And then you have the little signs and everything that I gave pictures for. You know what I mean? You could really touch it up some people, because what that whole area back of the terminal, that's for the restaurant, but also for people to like look at the planes and stuff. So it'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll even like stream like 24/7 for a day, and just have the camera there like you're a person at Plymouth, and we could see like planes come in. You know what I'm saying? That'd be pretty cool. I'm not sure my stream would survive that, the whole thing, but you know how it goes. I could try though. Could have people try to fly into Plymouth too, like, you know, making a point to, hey, you know, we're live streaming 24/7 just on passengers, so try to fly into Plymouth, give it some popularity, explaining that you have a seat. I'm giving you a whole bunch of promotion stuff, because I think if you really push the promotion on this, show how cool it was, you're gonna sell a lot more than not. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you're just beginning developing, but you've worked long and hard on this, my friend. I want you to get some commercial means out of this. You know, especially with being my hometown airport. You can count me as you already sold me on it. I'm letting you know. But we gotta do some marketing on this one for you, and I'm gonna help you out on that. Go all out, you know what I mean? Not just be the typical, oh, here, this is airport history, it's on Sim Market, it's cool. Like, if you give a video, you get people involved. I always have a Thanksgiving fly-in at Plymouth, too, for the Virtue USA Flying Club. So, I think we just did the third one this year. Yeah, it's the third annual, so we're going to do a fourth annual. Always on Thanksgiving, we do a fly-in, so we can push it then, too, you know? Play up the whole history. I might even make a manual for. I'm doing all these great ideas, but you could make a manual to it. I'll give you a little intro forward if you would. I think it would be cool to give people a purpose to go there. And this Plymouth Municipal and by the scenery, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? If you kind of do like what Flight Tampa does, but just in the general aviation realm, I think that'd be cool. And it's right outside Boston, so there's a lot of things to touch on there, you know. We get involved with the VAT Sim Boston ATC. group promoted through there. We're almost in America, on this Memorial Day. Kind of fitting that we arrive in America during Memorial Day. So when we get the alpha build out, or I should say when you get it, because it's not my project, but maybe I could take a couple of really good screenshots and start making a manual towards it, you know, on stuff that I think is totally complete. And if not, we just have it in there as a planned thing and take better pictures when it's better, you know. You are going to have the best Plymouth airport of all time in flight sim history. I'll tell you that. Because the only ones I know of are Orb-X, and they did it as part of the North American airports. And it was decent, but there's generic buildings. And it's the old terminal that it kind of emulated. Oop, they got another plane taking off from Watertown right there. Look at that. It's a little Cessna. Probably from the flight school there. That's where we'll be in about 20 minutes. Exciting. Wonder. Well, I was gonna say I wonder if I could put that on stream, but yeah, that'll bring a GA pack. And then I had to go in there and do the runway extension for 3.3 because I had the old 3.3 before they extended it. So I did that myself with ADE, but I never really put it out there for people because I thought it was wrong. Seeing that Orbex said you couldn't modify the files. I did for my own personal self though. Alright, Lake Ontario out there in the distance. It's kind of cool, it has that hazy effect to it. And don't get me wrong, it was nice that they touched it, but it's very generic. Alright, cool. Yeah, hey, let that guy know too. I mean, if he feels like ever flying with someone. Because I was going to contact him. I'm going to focus on this week and getting through it. And then I should be pretty much good to go. I have a field trip on Friday. I'm going to an amusement park with the band. We're going to be out there all day long till like, won't get home till like 11 o'clock on Friday. But I'll feel pretty good once I get through that day. And then it's just, let's end the year. Let's end the year strong. So, yeah, just let me know if you need anything. 16 and a half minutes to go. 50 nautical miles out. I'm 190 knot ground speed. We got a tailwind now too, which is helping us. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the speed here. But I mean, you could even include the Eric Flight avatar. I'm just saying. It takes the place of the normal Pilot 1, but it's a separate file, so you can not install it or you can install it. Just saying. And I wear my own designs out of the Etsy store. I'm just being funny. Maybe we should make a digi version. Just saying. And the cool thing about the avatars is they go in every single plane. So, like, literally, I'm in every single plane that I fly now. Sky's the limit. Literally. It could be a store. Could be. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I'll get in there. The terminal was closed again when I took all those pictures because it was late. It's like 6 o'clock and they close early, except for summers sometimes. But it's more of a breakfast place. I'll try to get in there. I'll buy an overpriced breakfast to get pictures of it. And when they ask me what I'm doing, I'm going to be like, I'm taking pictures for a scenery to display your restaurant in there. Which I don't know if that would be legal or not without asking them, but we'll see what I could do. They do have a good breakfast. It's just kind of expensive there because the airport. Well, if breakfast, I think last time I went there was like, I want to say $17, and that was a unsweetened iced tea with an omelet, and it had like some home fries. And then the last time I did go there to eat, I had like a pastrami sandwich. It was like the special on the board, and I think that was like $15 with a drink. So, but they only open for certain hours, and you're kind of there for the scenery, you know. All right, we're about to cross into the United States here. This is our last airport for Canada. Charlie Yankee Golf Kilo. And that would be Kingston, Ontario. There's also restricted airspace around it, so we gotta be careful. See if I can zoom in and get that in there. It's like right over here, according to the Sky Vector sectional, and according to this. Let me show you Canadian sectional. So right near Kingston, to the right of it, is restricted airspace. So we're probably going to have to bust it a little bit to the south so we don't invade that. So let's go back to heading here. And let's turn this thing a little bit. Yeah. Like 150. And then we stay out of that restricted airspace. Just a little close to that restricted airspace there. And there's another one on the right side too. And I don't know if we're above those things, but it is what it is. Not that far though. Look at that. Go runway 7. Check out Avera here. A lot of magnetic disturbances there. Wow. Two different electronic flight bag programs. All right, we're gonna get another take of the weather here. So, COM 2. Okay.
Kilo Alpha Romeo Tango, automated weather observation 20000. Wind 049er at 9er. Visibility 15. Sky condition clear. Temperature 260, dew point 10C. Altimeter 3002.
All right, back to guard. Last time, I think. And I think we're still on runway 7. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, I'm still thinking runway 7.
You're on guard.
Ah! You knew what was going to happen. Ah! Yeah. All right, we're gonna get away from that restricted airspace here. I'm looking at the electronic flight bag. As you can see it there, the circles right around the plane. Kingston, right over there. Restricted airspace over there. Don't know why, but it is. We've got some wind farms over here. And that is the last island. Once we go past that island, we're in New York, baby. We're in New York. Customs is waiting for us at the FBO. What the heck is that thing? I don't know what towers those are, but those are solar. It's a solar farm. That's it. We're through Canada. Nice. All right, let's hit nav now. See what it does. I'm gonna have a little assistance here. Heading and nav. Okay, seeing that we're 30 nautical miles out, I'm gonna make this go down lower pretty soon. Let me just get out of this little area of Kingston first. That's that tower that's in the middle of it all. Look at that. Look how many wind turbines they have there. It's awesome. Got a ship right there. Kingston, Ontario. Is that a boat that's moving? I don't know what that is. You see that right there? It's kind of weird. Could be a boat. I don't know. Very interesting. Simcoe Island right here. Take off that tablet. And then this wind farm island is known as Wolf Island. And then literally here's the border right there for the United States. Right past Wolf Island. That's the American-Canadian border. Look at that moon out there too. Very cool. All right, Boston Center is there. Show you Volanta one last time. This was our flight for today, and it's been a long one. Thunder Bay, Ontario, all the way over to here. And this looks like it's a little delayed, to be honest with you. It might not be, because we look like we're more over here. Boston Center's there, but we're going to just fly it in ourselves. It's not worth doing flight following. It's a Class E airport, so it's all up to us to get in there. So that's what we're going to do. All right, 22 nautical miles out. One last check on the weather. It's looking really good on the webcam.
Automated weather observation 20000. Wind 049er at 9er. Visibility 15. Sky conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I think promotion's going to be a big thing if you want it to really be commercially successful, because you have to promote the airport, 'cause it's not like Boston, Logan, or anything. But I think if you get it out there and you include enough of that detail stuff in there, people are going to buy it. Just say, man, that's one heck of an airport, like really detailed and everything, you know?
Sky conditions clear. Temperature 260. Dew point.
That's what it looks like currently on live webcam. We got a plane landing there. Then that's runway 7. Actually, it's departing. Excuse me.
Automated weather observation 2000.
All right, back to guard. That might be the last one, if you want to. We're right over Wolf Island here, and we're just about in the United States. Just about there. Cross right around here. We got some boats and ships. And I'm going to switch over to the Aviation app. Oh no, don't do that now. The Aviation app is what we're following now, so welcome to the United States, everybody. All right, let's start our descent. Autopilot off. Kick it back here. See where it lies. Trim up a little bit. And we're going to start doing little calls here at about 2 nautical miles. Again, we have to go down to 1,300 feet or so, 1,400. Okay, gotta switch the fuel. We're kind of low there. We're on boost, and we're going to the right. That was a little close one right there. It's because we were looking at all that scenery there. I'm actually lining up for runway 7, as you can see on the map there. I'm gonna take the electronic flight bag off, but Watertown traffic, Cirrus Thunder Echo Foxtrot, 15 nautical miles to the northwest. Setting up an extended final for runway 7, Watertown. more of a left base. I should probably say left base. I believe it's all left base here for Watertown. Let's see. Oh, wow, that really zoomed out, didn't it? Runway 7 is a left pattern. Okay. So that's what we will do, actually. Call it again. We'll get closer. Increase the mixture as we get down here. Zoom in the range. Watertown traffic, Cirrus 9 Echo Foxtrot, 12 miles to the west. Going to do a left base entry for a full stop on runway 7, Watertown. Okay, 119. Is it 104, 119 for the speeds? Flap extension speeds, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, man, you have a good day. I'm almost done myself. Then I'm going to have some filming time of my own, but have a good one and enjoy the day. 119, 104, I was correct. Full Rich on the throttle. Goodbye, Digi. Have a good one. As far as the webcam, everything is silent there at Watertown. So it's looking pretty good. Cut in a little bit more here. That should be the airport right there, so I think that's runway 7. Maybe not, that might be New York 70. No, that looks like it's it. Except my runway's here, that's what's happening. Yeah, so we're going left base. Watertown traffic, Cirrus 9 Echo Foxtrot, 8 nautical miles to the west. Left base entry for full stop, runway 7, Watertown. That's what I'm aiming for now. Man, what a beautiful day it's been for flying. And the simulator kind of looks like the live cam. Look at this. Just barely a streak in the sky. Very comparable to what's going on at Watertown. We have someone doing that. FSLTL doesn't do a lot with GA though, so I'm probably not going to see any aircraft like that. But it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to keep that over there. Keep an eye on it. Watertown traffic, Cirrus 9 Echo Foxtrot, 6 nautical miles to the west. Entering a left base for runway 7, full stop, Watertown. That's where we're landing. We're going to get down there though. A little bit more. Weather one last time.
Kilo Alpha Romeo Tango, automated weather observation 2000 Zulu. Wind 042 at 1 tree. Visibility 10.
Alright, I think I'm going to do a Toby eye tracker on this one.
Temperature 27C.
It's a lot better, as you can see. See what I'm saying?
Altimeter 3003.
Yeah. 3003. Okay. Okay, slow this thing down. It's about 25% power. First thing of flaps, angle down, turning final. Watertown traffic, Cirrus 9 Echo Foxtrot, turning left base to final. Runway 7, full stop, Watertown. Sorry, I was looking at my electronic flight back there. There we go. Looking pretty good. Eye tracker off. It's all us right now. It's a 0.3% upgrade, grading of the runway going up. That's what we're looking like right now. Okay, full flaps. Should enter here about 85 knots or so. Little bit of wind. Trim up just slightly. Okay, and throttle up. It does seem like there's traffic down here. I don't know if that's a bus or whatever. Oh, that's a fuel truck. Okay. Yeah, we got that one. All right, we're gonna turn off at Bravo 3. Welcome to Watertown, everybody. And didn't show me on live video. Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna clear this runway. This is the crossing of it, and it should be the next second left. Not this one. This is Alpha. That taxi sign is correct. I guess we could turn off Alpha. Let's turn off Alpha. Alright, clear the runway towards the right. Right about here. Watertown traffic, Cirrus Echo Foxtrot, clear of runway 7, Watertown. Alright, after landing checklist. Flaps are up, power lever is 1,000. Transponder, we're going to keep on alt. I like to leave that on until I turn off the plane. Pitot heat off. Fuel pump off. Pretty good. Alright, let's go park at the GA. And this thing's a little bit off on the Avera thing, so I'm going to turn it off. But we're going to go here. We don't have to announce our taxi because this is Echo. We just have to make sure we're clear. We're on Bravo. Turn Bravo 3. These taxi signs are correct. And the next flight should be home to Plymouth, Massachusetts. So who knows? Maybe the Alpha will be done by then, judging on when I get things done. Okay, the GA apron would be, or the FBO would be, over here somewhere. I don't think they have all the buildings modeled. So I'm gonna go over here. Pretend that this is customs. Get a view on this, actually. Yeah, be over here. Alright, well, we're going to turn around here. Take a look at the airport, but it is default. There's nothing really shocking about it here. And we'd probably wait in the plane until customs would come out to get us. But we're going to be good. Alright, let's shut this thing down. Shut down, avionics, switch off. Fuel pump is off. Make sure you cut off. All lights off except for a strobe. Mixture cut off. And we flew for 3.5 hours. It was right on what Sky Vector said. Okay, mags off, master off. Gotta turn that battery switch off. And strobes off. Parking brake down. Throttle all the way in. And welcome to Watertown, New York, everybody. As we are waiting for customs to come to us, which is probably this yellow van. We'll count that as customs in there, making sure my paperwork is in order and everything. Here's the terminal. This is the live video here. Looks way better in real life, but it does have that little outline there still, and that's what you're seeing. So let me actually get it in the perspective of the live video here. You're seeing it like this. Kind of like this. So that's the perspective you've seen. And that looks pretty close. Look at the tree line and everything. So not left to the imagination there. It's just that little walkway, I guess. But yeah, that live webcam is pretty cool. Alright, Watertown itself should be... I turned off the tablet already? Yes, I did. Oh, I was good this time. Should be to the east, so let's see. And that would be this way. Actually, it should be to the... Yeah, it should be right off 28 here. So let's go down. Downtown Watertown. I have to turn off the flight following here in case I have a problem. The actual downtown Watertown is over here. As you can see right here. But welcome to America, everyone. We've made it. We went all the way, almost across the entire thing of Canada, from Vulcan, Alberta, all the way to Watertown, New York now. And there you go. Pretty cool. The airport itself, it's default. It's not anything to write home about, but it's there. It's in there. And it's right over from the Canadian border. There's the beacon. They do have a beacon. They're crazy. Say that. Yeah, it says the beacon's right near the hangars. So maybe it doesn't belong across the street there or anything, but... Actually, in the street. Whoa. Yeah, they got that one a little wrong. A little wrong on that one, Microsoft. Because the tower is... The beacon, I mean, is supposed to be... right behind here somewhere. There's like a garage, and then there's a beacon right over here somewhere. But anyways, we're going to leave you here from Watertown, New York. It's been a wonderful, long flight. I want to thank everyone for coming out. DigiDriver, Nick Resla. We had some people subscribe. Not subscribe, follow. Thanks to Glad Heater for following me. Thanks to Hawker125 for following me. Thanks for Dan O'Reilly717 for following me yesterday. And yeah, we're gonna raid someone. So if you're on Twitch, stay tuned. Regardless, push the follow button if you're on Twitch. Follow. And if you're on my YouTube, push the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 people. We're at 589. I want to monetize some videos so I can pay for some real-world flights. Fly a lot more. Get my instrument rating done. We also have the Etsy store and all that stuff. So if you want to just take a look, not saying buy anything, but take a look. You can help me out. And you get something in return. But from Watertown, New York, we will see you. Have a wonderful day. Eric Flight. Peace out. See you later. Sayonara. Need to find the button. And you have a great day. We'll do part 4 of this all the way back to Plymouth probably pretty soon. So, see you later.